Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mythic Heathens, episode 8, where we encourage you to tear your toys apart to make something better with it, even if it is a $300 figure. I'm Steam Power. I'm Steam Powered Mom. Right next to me, we have Vio Labs, and underneath all of us, we have action figures there.
So,
What's going on?
How's it going?
exciting episode. We're right before the con.
We're talking about humans. I think that's the most. There's the most humans in
I didn't
the
realize
Mythic
that
Elite.
last week when we were like, oh yeah, let's do humans and elves. It's
Yeah,
because I
there's
don't really collect humans or elves.
right.
Yeah, I don't
There's
have
a
any.
lot. I think there's quite a bit of humans, huh?
Yeah, there's a shit ton. A lot of nights, a lot of nights. But this episode is being recorded October 9th, and we are about a month away from Legion's Con, and we're gonna be there,
Pretty stoked
God
about
willing.
that. We're gonna
So
record
very
another show
excited.
right before Legion's Con. It's gonna be episode 9. It's gonna be Elves.
Hell
So
yeah.
we'll have a little bit more info about leading up to Legion's Con.
Yeah, and the reveals that are upcoming for that because Poxus is about to be here. Poxus is upon us. Or not
Not
Poxus,
Pox,
fuck. We already had
not
Poxus.
Necronomicus.
Necronominus is gonna be next.
Well,
He's
we'll probably get
upon
to
us.
see him in person though. We'll get to see Poxus in
Yeah,
person. They'll
That'll
probably
be
have
fun.
him displayed.
Definitely.
and hopefully,
Yeah.
what if we have some, yeah, and they are gonna show us the Necronominus renders at least, and we'll have some in hand possibly of the Poxus, which is gonna be really exciting to see those. Especially like the horse, the zombie horse almost. Not
Yeah.
full zombie, unfortunately.
Well, with this horse that just dropped with the headless horseman, that
Yeah,
figure obscura release, it just shows that there's going to be a lot of horses too. There's going to be.
which
So we
I'm
might
totally
even
fine with, dude.
we might have to have an episode focusing on horses
Oh shit, that's a yeah.
Absolutely, on
or,
mounts. Yeah,
or mounts. Yeah, we can call it mounts. Elephants, dude. Hopefully they make the elephant they're talking about. Hopefully they make all that stuff, dude.
like I get we'll never get a true like Lord of the Rings scale war elephant, but like a normal ass sized war elephant, I'm okay with. You know what I mean? Troll scaled almost. Like if
Yeah,
he's the size
yeah.
of a fucking troll with his like saddle and everything, I'm good. I'll buy it.
I want a I want a battle tiger.
Dude,
Tiger
yes.
would be sick too. Well, that third party company making them the boar's cool. The wolves,
Mm-hmm.
the battle wolves, those are cool.
Yeah.
So we got companies out there making stuff, but an official release would be sweet too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I mean, the horses just came out last year. I mean, Balius was the beginning. So we'll have more horses, we'll have more mounts, and I don't think they're going to stop at horses, hopefully not.
Oh, it's only
Like,
Right.
it's only been a year since Balius came out.
well, he was shown in the Aether Wave, right? Aethon and Balius in the Aether Wave. That was 2 years ago. It was
Oh, that's
released
cool.
last year in hand. And
Damn.
Yeah.
now, between then and now, we've had in-hand releases Phobos and Alder the Moose, and now the Headless Horseman's horse, and then Boreas was shown, and Flogus
Locust.
with Poxus. Like we've had a
Yeah.
bunch. Even the Centaur,
I-
like he looks lovely when you put like what's his name, Torgon Redfin riding the Centaur. They look beautiful. It's lovely.
Did you pick up Ilithia's horse or no?
Yeah, Phobos.
Yeah,
He
I
looks
need I
awesome.
need to pick. Yeah, I need to pick
Yeah,
him up.
I need
he's
to get.
fucking dope, dude.
I should have bought that at the con. Ugh.
I am hoping to pick it up. I'm hoping to pick it up at the
I'm
Legion's
gonna
Con.
get it at Legion's Con
Yeah,
for regular price because I'm not paying 80 for it.
I
I
know.
know with
Or
the
130, 130 in 6 months from Big Bad.
dude 135 on Big Bad flipping it. And
For
like some
Balius.
people were like, no, like Big Bad is okay to do that. It's like Big Bad's a retailer, like not a reseller.
That's a great
It's not
that's a
your
gray
uncle
area
on
though. It's
eBay.
right, but it's a out of stock restock issue, and they might have, like I said, they might have an agreement with Mythic, with the Four Horsemen Studios that basically once they sell out of the initial order that they bought, if they have more
Hmm.
um, come in from somewhere, think
Yeah,
it's
but
time
It's
for.
possible, but shit, dude.
But I
Well, I
noticed-
mean,
That's
like that's the
shady.
only way I could think. I mean, I understand it's like not the best. It's not ideal, but
Yeah, but I
that's
noticed they'll have it and then it'll be like sold out and then like a day later back in stock for like $10, $20, $30.
well, we've constantly discussed the fact that things will pop up from Advent of Decay or the first couple releases, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like how the hell is that even like on there, you know? And it pops up for
Well,
like $90.
I have a feeling that they are, whenever people cancel items that were in their pile of loot for a long time, that they are, instead of listing them, putting them back in stock at the original price, they're listing them for higher. That way, what happens is it discourages people doing those, okay, I'll drop shit from my pile of loot and you pick it up real quick activities that we've seen in the past years at this point where people do that. You know, they're like, okay, you PayPal me, $30. I'll drop this $50 figure from my pile. You snag it real quick for 50. That way, basically, you ended up paying 80 for the figure. The guy got 30 out of it. Clean. Big Bad didn't get anything. You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
you
Right.
notice, I think they're getting restocks from Four Horsemen because Four Horsemen had Elfagor at RetroCon and then Big Bad
It's
Boosters had
possible.
it
But,
recently.
like,
Dude,
what
we
if some
got we ha-
asshole has been
They
holding
got
out
all
the
the
10
crap that they
Valiuses in their pile?
dude, we've got to make a plan to try to be first in line, dude. What's the
Yeah.
plan? What
Yeah.
is that plan? We're gonna be there
Well,
a day
okay.
early.
This is the
We got to
plan.
get our tickets the night before when they have the pre-registration.
Yeah.
We got to
And
get
we'll sleep when we're fucking dead. Lots of energy drinks. We're gonna boot energy drinks, basically. We need a funnel and a hose.
We can't get too drunk on Friday night then.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, exactly. So no partying too hard on that, and we boot some energy drinks. You just flip over upside down. We'll put a hose, couple of energy drinks up in there, fast absorption rate. You get wired, and we're just sitting in line like tweakers, and like fucking fighting homeless people on the road.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's definitely the most excited I've been for something in a long time since I'd say 2018 when I went to New York City Comic Con.
I haven't been to a con in a long ass time, and I've never been to one for figures. I've only been to Comic Cons like for comics. So this is really exciting,
Okay,
especially
all
because I
right,
get to
so
meet you guys. Yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
yep. We all get to meet in person. We get to shoot a live, probably from Legion's Con if we can.
Yeah.
But let's get to the thing at hand. The humans. Let's talk about them. I have the
Exactly.
list here. We can read. I can read it. You can read it. We'll talk about
So,
all the lists of humans, all the prices, the ones that are
yes.
good, that you can get at good prices, the other ones that are like extremely expensive.
And how to get, like, even if you can't buy the ones you want, like maybe how to kit bash one and paint the fucker yourself and save a couple $100. That's a big part, I think, about Legions, and we always talk about is that
Jeez.
just because you missed an older
Dude,
release doesn't mean you can't have it in your collection.
Sir Gideon's $900.
Mm-hmm.
get out of town. Good night.
Yeah. 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 What the fuck?
Jesus.
Like that's what I've seen on recent sales. Like when I looked, the Sir Galeron, Galeron, Galeron. I don't fucking know.
Galvatron.
But even though the Mythic Legions line so far in the story that we've covered talked about a lot of demons, a lot of orcs, goblins, uh, vampires. It talked about even dwarfs, but we didn't really cover the most, widespread race, the fodder of Mythos, humans. You know, so just like in real life, there's a lot of goddamn humans everywhere, including Mythos. So it's a large faction if you consider it, if you're collecting just races, if you're like that, which is fucking weird if you are. You shouldn't do that. Just collect what you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way, dude. That night builder sets
Yep.
that much.
Yeah.
Dude, I had
It's fucking
that.
out of control.
I still got mine.
No, it
I
might
do.
might be that one, yeah, but we can also show those too, just in case, because like on the pictures it was hard to discern which ones they're meaning, honestly, in a lot of
Jeez.
cases. But the prices for some of those things were outrageous.
Yeah, the Night Builder that comes with the female one. I like that set. That's a good set.
Going with the blue checkered shield.
With all the
Yeah,
pieces.
I got it for 65 on an ISS one day.
Well, not all of them. So I'm not. I gotta check which one was the one for 500, but that one may have been the male Night Builder set, not the more recent female Night Builder
Well,
set.
mine's dismantled, so I ain't making any money off it, dude. It's tore apart. So it's kind of like, oh
I've
man.
parts for mine everywhere.
It's like, what's the point of that? Yeah, it's
That's not
the
what I collect these for anyway. I just
Yeah.
got it for the
me
parts.
neither, exactly. Like we had a recent discussion on the Discord for the highly posable Discord. We talked about something, and it was the like one of the reasons as to why you collect. Are you collecting because, you know, you
Is
want
it
to
fun?
resell that shit in the future, or are you collecting it to open it and play with it? Like, sure, I have a few, we have in our collections a few that are worth a lot of money, right? But they're either torn apart and in other figures, so we're never really going to be looking for the parts to put them back together to sell. And we never
Yeah.
bought them for that fucking reason. We got them to do this to them.
Plus, I threw all my boxes away too.
Right, right.
Anyway, yeah, mine would be
So
loose.
like that's so
Loose
it's two different
incomplete.
types of collectors, I guess. The ones who are always worried about how much the shit is going to cost on the resale market because they're investors, but I don't know. Like if we bought extras during a wave or during an ISS and later down the line the value skyrockets and it's before a con and we can pay for our tickets by selling one or two, sure, as long as it doesn't fuck up your collection, right? If you get rid of two of your three Vorthogs and you end up with just one Vorthog, then that's kind of fucked up.
I have two.
That was just an example. Like if you had like
I
a
had three.
problem since the pinks and now you have three of everything.
Most of the stuff that I got rid of went to one of us, I think.
Which is the best part because it stayed in the collection.
Yeah.
But just like the infestation on real Earth in Mythos, humans are just the same. The humans are not necessarily found in one faction. In Mythos, they're across a lot of the factions, but not all. For instance, we're not going to cover really the congregation of Necronominus, right? Because they're not going to really have any humans because they're mostly just skeleton dudes and chicks. We're not gonna really cover the brood, Lithia's brood, because they're vampires. Maybe at one point some of them were human, but that was nice for them, you know. But it is what it is, man. Humans are not gonna be everywhere. So, to start out, we're gonna take a look at one of the races of, or one of the humans factions in there, the barbarians. So. Barbarians, this is coming from the Source Horseman. Barbarians are not necessarily a race in the strictest sense of the word, but similar to the previous articles on Mercurians, which we'll cover in Gladiators, an undeniably important part of the Mythic Legions line. So let's take a look at the mighty warriors from the northern reaches of Mythos, the first barbarians. Considering the popularity of the barbarians, it's interesting to note that in the first wave of the Mythic Legions figures, the bare torso and limbs, their key elements of the barbarian builds, were not part of the initial offering of parts. Those pieces were made available only once the first stretch goals on Kickstarter were unlocked. And appropriately, the first stretch goal and the first Mythic Legions barbarian in that line was Atlas the Conqueror. So Atlas, we'll take a look at his bio also shortly. and about the parts that he comes with. He's one of the coolest figures as far as like barbarians or humans. Like he's at the top, right? And of course, Atlas, when they made Adam on the He-Man tribute, they used Atlas for the parts because he was perfect for it. The leader of the House of the Noble Bear faction, his bio would reveal his key role, or his role as a key character in the unfolding story of the Mythic Legions story of Mythos. Atlas the Conqueror was banished by the army of Laodiceus after renouncing his claim to lead those very soldiers. His younger brother Attila was chosen to lead the army, while Atlas roamed the wastelands of Mythos, forming a battalion of his own, the Noble Bear. As Atlas is known, trained his band of outcasts and renegades to defend their homes against the rising tide of evil poisoning their lands. So here we discover that Atlas was indeed once part of another faction, the army of Laodiceus, which we'll cover them as well. Not only was he a member of that faction, he was in line to lead that great army of Mythos that his younger brother now commands. Atlas instead took to the wastelands of Mythos, where he found himself slowly amassing a mighty force of his own. So one of the coolest parts of faction system is House of the Noble Bear and Sons of the Red Star, because they're not main factions. However, they were created as bands of outcasts from all the other factions or all the other races. So that's why in the Noble Bear faction you can see so many different types of characters. And same thing with the Red Star, because they're mercenaries. So far in the story, it tells us that Atlas was going to be leading the good guys, the Odysseus people, with the lion faction. However, he didn't want to do that, and he was like, peace. He started wandering the wasteland and along the way finding people. So I would really like to see like either in comic form or like maybe an animated series or animated movie or whatever the hell it is, however much it would cost to see that story. You know, that part of the story where he did form his band of people. They have dwarfs and they have trolls in faction, so it's very interesting. It's fun. Now, the first Mythic Legions wave also gave us the most popular overall figure in the line to date, and he happens to be a barbarian. We're of course talking about the Epic Barbarian Builder set. This deluxe figure came with a variety of weapons and armor, plus multiple heads, allowing fans to build out their own Noble Bear ranks. Since this set was not a named character, but was a builder style set, meant to illustrate the customizability of the line. In fact, many Legions fans have long said that if they had to give one figure set to a new potential fan in order to introduce them to the line, Barbarian would be the one they would give. And I'd agree with that. Barbarian is perfect first starter. Like, unless someone like commented and said, "Oh, those goblins would look really cool," and you get them a goblin, right?
Yeah, the Barbarian, lots of options. Sorry.
I don't know if I would have got into if I had to pick that one up as the first one.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the ones I picked up were probably two of the really good ones, but like I'm spoiled. Like you got Thistlethorn and I got Thwick, and I was just like amazed with the paintwork and the design of that figure.
Well, yeah, you got a goblin.
It's definitely something that when you get it in hand, you're like, holy shit, these things are like super.
I mean, after I opened it up, I was like, oh my god, this thing is all. I need more. These are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Drugs, man.
You know.
And I mean the deluxe barbarian set, when I first started collecting, it was like 150, 200, and I wasn't about to spend the money. So thank God the reinforcements happened and we were able to get a few for a good price. But now, like 6 months after the reinforcements wave, the prices are jumping up on him again, and he's over 100 now.
Oh,
so really? if you ever find a barbarian set or a barbarian loose in a deal, that's a great deal if it's under 100. You know what I mean?
This is my first time like managing this, dude. There's people watching on YouTube right now. Hi, everybody watching. I don't know who's watching.
Howdy. Oh yeah, well, I see the comments. Okay, sorry, I wasn't watching. We got Sid Vicious, Dial Forge, KJ.
Oh,
Excellent. What's up, guys?
What's up, y'all?
we didn't think
Dial
we were
Forge saying
having.
he collects to piss off his wife. Shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, we weren't looking at the comments at first.
I
But
I spaced out. I forgot all about it,
yeah,
dude, because I'm used
we
to
were
doing it
just
on
into
every.
this because we don't usually do this live. It's true.
Yeah, this is new. All right, this is the test phase. We're gonna do this.
Yeah,
We're gonna announce this, and we're gonna basically hopefully have a lot more people tune in next time.
right.
But
And we don't
cool.
usually, like during Heathens, we're not showing a lot of visuals as opposed to talking and the story. So, but towards the end, we do show the visuals and we'll show some of the figures that we're talking about as well. Because
Yeah,
it would be kind of chaotic to try to pull all the humans out of the display and start showing this is this one, this is this guy, right? So, continuing, the house begins to grow. While the first Legion wave only included 2 barbarians from the House of the Noble Bear, along with a dwarf, subsequent waves began to add more barbaric warriors to this growing faction. The first of these that we saw was a barbarian knight, Kador, from the Covenant of Shadows wave. According to his bio, once a famous sellsword whose origins can be traced back to the Order of Aetherion. Kador is an accomplished ally to Alice the Conqueror and the House of the Noble Bear, known for his unconventional fighting tactics and his flair for swordsmanship. Kador was once one of Mythos' most coveted mercenaries. A near-fatal battle with Atlas himself gave Kador pause to reflect on his lot in life. Realizing that Atlas's cause could bring him purpose, Kador has put his years of wandering behind him to fight for a greater cause. So he used to be a mercenary and he thought he was badass. He fought Atlas. Atlas fucked his shit up, so to speak, and he joined him. So he beat him to submission. It's a good way to do it. The combination of barbarian style parts on Kador paired with the knight helmet and armor made for an interesting character design and a unique barbarian for the line. Kador's story also began a theme that we would see emerge for the barbarians of Mythos and the members of the House of the Noble Bear, loners and wanderers who have found a purpose and a home amongst Atlas
he
and
is.
his ragtag assembly of fighters. Thanks, Sid. And like Kador was in the votes a couple times now since I've been in the line, and I didn't vote for him. And I think a big part of that is his helmet. I really don't like that helmet style, but otherwise he's a nice figure. Like you just put a Gorgo helmet on him with a cool set of horns. It's tight. I like it.
No,
Like
there's
eventually,
Think
like I'd like to get him.
I'd
no,
like to see a newer style Gorgo, like a newer style knight helmet, like the Gorgo style. You know,
Agreed. Where
with
you can
that
plug
with
in
that kind of like
the
with that
stuff.
Mandalorian T opening type
Yeah.
deal, but like more aggressive. I mean, it's pretty aggressive, but like more like just a little bit different.
Like, I'd love to see that helmet somehow reimagined in the Cosmic Wave so that we could get some sweet Mandos. Yeah.
Sweet Mandos.
That's what's up, dude. I like I said, I didn't order any Cosmic Legions. I regret it. I really should have.
Oh, I ordered some.
ISS, dude.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I was waiting for anyway, because I was like, I don't want to give these guys my money before I get the shit because it was like a 2 year wait.
It is a
2023 was a long
fucking
way.
long ass wait. Yeah.
Dude, 2023 was a long ways away when we had that pre-order come up. I was like,
I
damn.
know. But I figured if I tried to put the money up front, then I don't have to worry about it in 2 years when a bunch of other shit is most likely about to hit.
I know, and you got the all-in and some singles too.
I got a single of Ziri and a single of what's his name, the main dude, the blue guy.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to try to use them with Legion parts to Kit Bash. Because that blue guy, I think he'll look fucking great with some, like, as a barbarian type of character.
Yeah.
With the scales and everything, it would look excellent. Like he crash landed, right? Because my hope is that I don't go as insane on Cosmic, right, as I have with the regular Legions line, so that my display could kind of incorporate them in Mythos, like a crash landed fucking ship or something to that effect, right?
Never thought
It'd
about
be
that, dude.
easier.
Kind
I
of
think
like a
I've
Back to the
talked
Future type situation.
I don't think they're going to be as
more.
fun.
Yeah, you don't what?
I don't think they'll be as fun to customize than cosmics.
I don't know.
Dude,
Like it'll
looking at
open
some of
up the
these more,
sci-fi stuff. Yeah.
seeing them in person totally changed my mind. But seeing these photos that they keep posting of the test shots, it's like, dude, it's like I just
Yeah.
see all kinds of detail that I didn't really notice before. I guess I don't know what it is, but it's like a regret. It's a regret. That's terrible. It's eating me up. It's eating me up inside, guys.
Sorry. Let's see. Now, when the massive advent of decay wave finally rolled around, the House of the Noble Bear grew with the addition of new barbarians, including the first females in the faction. A great companion piece to the barbarian set was the female barbarian warrior from the Advent wave. While not as large a set as the deluxe male barbarian, this new release had a very similar kind of flexibility by coming with the 3 different heads, including one which was half-orc, and multiple helmet attachments to allow for the creation of different barbarian warriors. This figure was also not a named character, but rather an additional builder release. So that one was a really good figure. Like, just like it's just like the Barbarian set, the dude one, where it had a bunch of heads where you can make different characters, but it also had that half-orc chick, so that you could include a new subrace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it had like the tusks coming out of the mouth, and it almost looked like the Cassia one, but not. So I got a 1 on the SS, I think. So it was a good deal, but really good figure. Another barbarian-like female character from the Advent of Decay, who's actually not a member of the House of the Noble Bear, although she was at one point, is Juno the Crusher. As a former member of Atlas's Wasteland army, Juno the Crusher is no stranger to staring into the face of adversity. When she was a young child, her family joined with Atlas the Conqueror and his band of outsiders. When her parents were killed in a skirmish with Scapular and his Sons of the Red Star, Juno blamed Atlas. Although Atlas tried to care for her after the loss of her parents, Juno left his army in search of a new home. For her hatred and anger, it was only after Gorgo pulled her from an evil horde of skeleton soldiers that Juno found her new family, the Legion of Arether. So Juno becomes the first barbarian in the line who is part of a faction other than the Noble Bear. But her story is a complex one that ties her into multiple major characters, including Atlas, Scapular, and Gorgo, 3 individual faction leaders. This revelation makes one wonder what role this barbarian warrior will have to play in the war, which is threatening to consume all of Mythos. So not only is she hot and pretty fucking cool, but has a deeper story. With the skirt works excellent.
I like it. I like it.
Dick's Flaps choice.
Clicks flaps.
Clicks Flaps.
But yeah, man. I remember when she popped up on Big Bad Toy Store, she was still $49, and then like you and John grabbed her or whatever. I regret not getting her too, man, because she's like $100 now and shit.
And she's awesome. Like, she has that Aloy vibe from Horizon Zero Dawn too. So I really want to make an Aloy one from her. And not only that, but her story's kind of cool and more deeper, I guess, than a lot of the other characters. So she was part of the Noble Bear, but then at one point she defects from Noble Bear and joins Arether.
I wonder if you took that head, the female head that comes in that head pack, and paint the blue face tattoo on her face, would it be a nice alternate head for her or not?
It should, yeah, it would work. Yeah, because that one is a Delphina head, which I think we should have gotten a Juno head instead of Delphina. Delphina's used 2 or 3 times, I think.
I don't like her head shape, but I like this side of her.
No, because she's a barbarian.
Yeah,
she's not supposed to be a pretty princess.
I wanted her to be more princessy.
More princessy.
We need a princess.
Where'd you get that skirt from? A WWE wrestler?
Nah, it's from a Figma figure.
Oh shit! I thought it was from WWE. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a Figma figure. I got it off of eBay from GPS Slotters. No,
Oh,
some seller that sells like GPS lot, but not GPS lot.
I need to get some to make a
Not
little
bad.
shadow in cherry 112 from
And I
3A.
got a white one. That, I got shit. I got a micro one
He had a white one. Now it's.
and a white one.
Oh, there you
A,
go. Oh
a
yeah,
white
that's the one on the girls' school
a rocket girl.
robot. Yeah.
Oh man, my king shark took a nosedive.
Oh, how any damage?
Oh man.
Shit. Well, assess the damage. I'll
Man
continue here.
down.
Shark down.
Yeah, Dusty Shark's down.
Oh
No
shit.
kidding.
Lost his cool. He lost his head. Did it break?
I have one of them too. I don't even know what to do with it. That shark. I think I might have to get that tuxedo too, man.
I want to
He's
get the
got
prison
tail.
outfit for him. I need to get that
The
also that
prison
gorilla
outfit's
guy
pretty
in the
sick.
prison outfit too.
Yeah, I have another one. I bought two, so I need to get
Yeah.
another outfit. But this thing's
Now,
expensive, $50. Oof.
oh yeah. Barbarians of all sizes. The idea of a barbarian is not unique to humans, of course, and the line has already given us some barbarian characters from other races. Torgon Redfin from the Wasteland Wave is one example of a barbarian-like character from another race. In this case, a dwarf. A strict isolationist loyal to the city of Ironhold, Torgon Redfin believes only in the strength and independence of his people. It was the very loyalty that led Torgon to leave the kingdom that he cared for so deeply after his half-brother King Bromden Ironjaw pledged Ironhold's loyalty to Gorgo and the Legion of Arether. And he afterwards joined House of the Noble Bear. Now, so as it tells us here in the story that despite barbarians being mostly human, we've already introduced half-orc with the barbarians, and now some dwarfs. So that's why from the beginning it says that it's not strictly a race overall. And the same thing goes for the giants and the half giants. Although a lot of them are with no bear, although a lot of them look like humans, they are not.
They're deceitful.
Now, it's no secret that the barbarians are one of the more popular character types in the Mythic Legions line, and I think one of the things that makes the line unique, because a lot of the other figure lines in the game don't really make barbarians. Like, yeah, Mezco made Conan, and they're making two other Conans, but you put a Conan next to a barbarian, and just looking at him and taking pictures, the barbarian will eat Conan. And we've
Yeah.
seen them appear into various waves over the years. These include both unnamed builder figures as well as named characters. The Deluxe Legion Builder wave gave us a follow-up to that original Barbarian set with the new Deluxe Barbarian Builder. There's no doubt this new character will become another favorite of the line. That same wave also gave us the Half Giant, and like we said, they are, despite them being ogre scale and being barbarians, they're not humans, they're half giants. So it kind of explained more and it opens up more to the story of characters like Bolthar the Tower. Now, other characters or named humans in the line that were barbarians or are still. Cassia from the Wasteland Wave is another female character that has been introduced in the line. Her bio reads, a solitary and sullen veteran of many of Mythos' bloodiest battles. The weathered warrior known as Cassia spends her days in the wild of Bjorngar, searching for enemy forces. Once rising star on her way to becoming a member of the army of Leodicius's fabled Red Shield, Cassia began to question the direction her faction was taking when Attila took over as leader in his brother's stead. Her disillusionment ultimately led her to defect and travel to Bjorngar in hopes of joining the House of the Noble Bear, where she can join forces with others who have disavowed the faction system. So another character that starts out with the Army of Leodicius and is now defected is Cassia. She's fucking badass, a great character, right? A great figure, I would say. And she started with Laodiceus, but just like Atlas, she bailed when Attila and his bitch boy self became the leader. So, it's interesting to read that here that Cassia was also a member of the army of Laodiceus, and after her defection, she followed the once rightful leader of the great army of the Northlands, joining Atlas and his barbarians. While other members of the House of Noble Bear may not be as barbaric looking at Atlas or Cador or Cassia, the same spirit of rebellion and independence runs through their veins. Clavius, the gladiatorial champion, Freya the Valkyrie, and even Brontus, the arena troll, these fighters have all banded together to fight for each other and live the life of a barbarian. So, to close up the barbarian section here, for a group of warriors still against the politics of the realm, the barbarians of the House of the Noble Bear are certainly poised to play a pivotal role in the war that is to come. Will Atlas and his house ignore the evil rising in the realm, preferring to stay out of the fighting between these factions, or will they put aside their differences and align with the heroic factions to stand against that evil? Even if it means that Atlas will be forced to fight alongside the army he abandoned and the brother who took his place. This coming war will undoubtedly force together many unlikely and even uncomfortable pairings as the realm fights to survive the flood of evil pouring into Mythos. So, first of all, I'd like to say that, like, they keep saying the flood of evil, right? The evil rising in the realm. Like, I feel like it's just perspective. You know what I mean? Like, the Legion of Aether don't necessarily see themselves as the bad guys, right?
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
wasn't the whole purpose of them being created was to wreak havoc because the two gods, the female and the male, got in an argument, and the male's like, I'm just gonna create these
Yeah, he
people
was
to cause.
jealous.
Yeah, man. So like they are kind of evil though.
I guess.
Like their
I guess
sole
I
purpose is
feel
to
like they're
mess stuff up.
misunderstood. I think they're misunderstood.
Yeah.
KJ is still driving, or was driving. He was watching television while driving. That's why it took you 45
Man,
minutes, KJ, because you watched TV on the in the car. God damn
Yeah.
living
it.
dangerously, bro.
Unless you're driving a Tesla,
Drive
fucking
carefully.
fancy. Did you win a
Bluetooth.
Tesla off a
Okay.
raffle? You
Ugh,
Probably.
son of a bitch. He probably won a Tesla on a raffle.
I could see it.
Me too. Ah, indeed. Okay, so we covered, because we were talking about the barbarians, and see, Eddie is so good with this. He's had several of them already showcased, during the show. Right now he's showing us Cassia and how pretty she is.
Yeah, she's nice. I like her. She's
Yeah.
probably one of my favorites too.
And since the barbarians are mostly or pretty much all in House of the Noble Bear, that's why a lot of these characters were part of that faction.
They
Right?
have bear fur.
Furry.
Bear fur.
I know, she has great parts.
I like it. Picasso.
Yeah, she looks good. Always
So now let's take a look at the faction members that we covered since we talked about House of the Noble Bear and we talked about the Army of Odysseus. We'll talk about them real quick and their prices and parts and all that. All right. So let's jump on it. Let's do it this way. How we're gonna do it? Because we want to show at this point.
Where's this one from?
You pull up the
We're gonna
list?
do. Yeah, I got
No.
the list open and I got the pictures open. We'll do show and tell now.
All right.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
Here she goes. All right, how do I can't hide that part. Motherfuck. Okie dokie.
Motherfucker. Dude, them Adamant, the Adamant looks cool. I really like it, dude. But it's 450 bones, man.
I like
I
that
know.
Atlas too.
So, House of the Noble Bear. Under leadership of the banished Atlas, these warriors have been assembled from the outskirts and wastelands of Mythos. Although not as organized and regimented as the ranks of the proper armies, this ragtag collection of commoners boasts legions of powerful defenders. So, let's start. We're going to talk about Atlas first. Atlas the Conqueror. So, not only so here's taking a look at him. right? And how pretty he
like
looks.
He's purty.
Yep.
Thor. That'd be a good Thor.
Right.
yeah.
I know. I was very disappointed we did not get him in the head pack. That was one of my top wants on the fucking head pack.
Yikes.
Well, they might do more. Who knows? Hopefully.
I hope so. So Atlas the Conqueror, House of the Noble Bear, leader of the House of the Noble Bear, released in Wave 1.0 and in All Stars 2. He comes with a battle axe, a long sword, and dagger. Atlas the Conqueror was banished by the army of Laodiceus after renouncing his claim to lead those very soldiers. His younger brother Attila was chosen to lead the army while Atlas roamed the wastelands of Mythos, formed a battalion of his own, the Noble Bear. As Atlas is known, trained his bands of outcasts and renegades to defend their homes against the rising tide of evil, poisoning their lands. So, looking at Atlas, let's take a look at the parts. So he uses let's call it the evil armor, right, on most of it. So the legs, the knee down, is the spikier armor, the more aggressive armor. Left arm uses the more aggressive armor, including pauldron. The right arm, and it's an armored arm on the left. The right arm is a bear arm, just like the torso and legs, the bear legs. And it has more close to Owain's, the softer armor, the hero armor, right? If we called this the hero armor and this the villain armor, right? The more aggressive armor, and the softer one, the hero one. So he has on the right side what you would imagine is leftover parts of his armor from his time with the army of Laodiceus, and the rest is parts he got from motherfuckers he killed along the way, right? Like bitches that thought they were harder than him, right? He was like, okay, he kills them, and just like Rocket Raccoon, he just steals their leg. He's like, take this shit, fuck you, and so on. I wonder who he took this Dick's flaps from, and if it smelled weird. Right?
Oh,
Yeah, had to wash that.
Arthur's been the only one with a different, like a different belt buckle, whatever you want to call it, belt buckle, we'll call it.
Yeah, nobody can
Ben-
steal his Dick's flaps.
I think we
But
need
that's
more
the
belt
whole
buckles.
point, dude. It's a thing. That's a thing. So that's how they play it in Mythos. The Dick's flaps games. Okay, you look at what someone else's Dick's flaps is, and if it's just regular, like you know what kind of person it is. It's like the caste
Yeah.
system,
Like a
right?
peasant. Your dick
Yeah,
flaps.
it's like, oh, you
small,
just
it's
have
not
regular
very-
ass Dick's flaps. Arthur rolls in, and so people are like, "Did you see that Dick's flaps?" And they're like, "No, man, I've never even seen something like that." He's like, "That guy must be fucking loaded." Yeah, you betcha.
Royalty.
Goddamn right. Now, Attila the Conqueror, is he easy to come by money with, like just buying him outright? Yeah, if you have money, he's about 450, right? That's the recent sales and what he's averaging. 450 bucks. Now, if you don't want to spend that kind of money and you're cheap like me, what would you do? Well, you'd just fucking make one. How would you make one? I don't know. Like looking at just here, I just got the reinforced part of my deluxe legions wave. Somehow the other part wasn't delivered, even though they're all shipped together. Fucking stupid FedEx. Okay, coming back, looking at if you got the Gladiator and Barbarian, you could make most of him. Yeah, you can make most of him if you have those parts. You just use the Barbarian bits with the torso from Gladiator and left arm that's armored. Swap out the wrist piece. Or what is this called? What is that part of your arm called? Fuck, dude.
The what?
The bottom part. The bottom part. Yeah, your
The
the
forearm?
glove part.
The femur?
Forearm. Forearm. That's the word.
Tibia.
Yeah, goddamn.
Tibia.
Yeah, you could totally make one. And when with some leftover armor bits, you could get yourself an Atlas, except for the fucking head. The head is the unique bit on Atlas. Unique in as it's unique to Atlas and it's unique to Adamon. And just took taking some sexy shots of him. There he is, wrecking a skeleton. And one thing to note on Atlas, he has brown-ish blonde hair, blue braids, or blue, what are they called? Hair ties, blue scrunchies,
Hair ties.
and his right eye is missing. His right eye got fucked up. Now, next on our list is Adamon. Adamon is a tribute. He's the tribute to He-Man. A perennial champion of the Mercurian Coliseum, Adamon often relied on his nearly unnatural strength to conquer foes, with a winning streak only second to the legendary Calavius. His brutal and effective style of combat made him a favorite of the Mercurian people. After taking part in the gladiatorial rebellion that ended the games forever, Adamon went to join Atlas and his noble clan of Chaos Warriors. So, Adamon was also part of is House of the Noble Bear. He's a human champion. He was released in the Coliseum wave. He was never re-released because he's a tribute figure to He-Man, like we said. He comes with a long sword, a wooden shield with handle and battle axe, and 2 gray belts. Now, he comes with the repainted Atlas head and a bucket knight helmet. So the bucket knight helmet is just the bullshit bucket knight helmet, right? With the eagle on top, has nothing to do with He-Man, whatever. It's fine. I guess it's lovely if you have multiple and you're that kind of person, right? Now, looking at Adamon here for parts. Once this bitch loads. Here we go. So, he utilizes a combination of the hero and villain lower legs, like knee down, villain shins, and hero feet. He has a, instead of the barbarian style Dix Flaps combo, like Atlas, he has the normal hero knight skirt and the barbarian Dix Flaps bit, whereas Atlas had the full-on Dix Flaps / skirt combo. That was barbarian style. Both of Adamon's forearms, or both of his gloves and forearms, are the hero style. Like I said, he comes with the gray belts, 2 of them, so that you can do the crossed ones over on his chest, X style, like He-Man. Looking at his face, he has a blonde hair. He has blonde hair, brown scrunchies, and both of his eyes are still there.
So that's
Can
like a
you
secondary
Sorry.
head, or is this a secondary head, or is that like the same head as the first guy, but like he just doesn't have the eye missing? Does he still have
The other
scar?
guy, all they did was he still has the scar on this. It's the same exact sculpt. On
They just
Atlas,
painted the
they
eye
didn't
out?
paint the eyeball. Yeah,
There you go. Okay.
yeah. Very simple repurposing. They didn't do anything special for it. You know, the shield, the wooden shield is perfect for the He-Man because it looks almost like He-Man with a simple paint job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you remake him easily? Just like we said, the parts are there. Even with the recent waves that were released, you can put them together with mainly a gladiator and a barbarian deluxe, and you got most of it there, except for the fucking head. Now, Adamon is going for $450 as well. So he's a little on the spendy side, right?
Nice.
Next up, like we said, one of the favorite ones, the Barbarian Deluxe Builder Set. He was an unnamed character, or is an unnamed character. The Barbarian Builder did not include a bio on the side of the package, but simply photos of the figure. House of the Noble Bear, Human, and Warrior. Was released so far, let's see, Wave 1.0, All Stars 1, and the Reinforcement Wave. Now, there was a production mistake during the second run of the Advent of Decay where they produced him instead of the female barbarian, so there was an increase in the release numbers. Came with longsword, sword, dagger, spear, shield with clip. It also included 2 sets of pauldrons, 2 sets of falds and loincloth, which are weird words. Like, I don't know why they're dancing around. What they're trying to say is skirt and dick's flaps. So I think that's a typo here. Falds and loin arm. I don't know what they're saying. This is not English, I think. Skirts and dick's flaps, 2 sets of them, and 5 sets of helmet attachments. Also came with an additional head, the bearded barbarian, and the bearded barbarian dwarf style head, and the helmeted head, the Gorgo style. So this was a deluxe set. So it comes in the bigger packaging, similar to Varg, right? But doesn't have wings, obviously. Here's the 2 skirt options, the barbarian one, the hero one, barbarian and hero dix flaps, pauldrons also, the villain and hero ones here, right? Came with a grip of helmet attachments, almost all of the helmet attachment options up to that point. Gorgo and dwarf beard styles. And a bunch of swords. The great sword, the regular sword, axe, spear, dagger. You can add the double attachment and shield, and all this was $55. Right?
Now it's about 150.
Now the barbarian is going for 120 regularly on the trades and sales. Unique parts, not really. Like all the parts are reused. Yeah, just reused parts, but nonetheless, solid fucking set to have. The Barbarian Warrior. So this was the female version of the Barbarian Deluxe builder that we just showed. Less deluxe, and as she doesn't come with as many parts. She did come with the half orc head, like we talked about, and it's basically a repainted the green orc chicks. She's just flesh colored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the Cassia one. Several attachments for the helmets, and the helmet style that we also saw being used with Malabar, right? Which is a really nice helmet style.
She got Thwick horns. I didn't know.
Yes.
I didn't know that she had Thwick's horns.
And the wings and wing attachments. Yeah, she's really excellent.
Oh yeah, the bone ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like her. I wish, hopefully, we get more. Now she goes for about $90. Does she come with unique parts? Maybe the torso top here, the half orc head, and at the time this helmet was unique to her. The attachments are great, right? But for the most part, you could mangle up one together with a lot more figures. Go ahead.
So are we considering the half orc as a human?
Well, the other half is human, and this head is human. This head is not half orc.
No, I mean if I put that orc head on it, half orc, that's still a human though.
Yeah, the other half would be mixed with human. Yeah.
Okay. I know we were counting that head as.
Yeah. Now she's part of the House of the Noble Bear. She did not have a bio because she was a builder, and she's a warrior. Advent of Decay has not had a second re-release. Longsword, Warhammer, and the bearded axe, which is just the smaller axe, the ones that came with a lot of the other figures. Like we said, comes with the 2 heads with the attachments. Really good figure to have, especially if you're building up your House of the Noble Bear or Barbarian faction.
I grabbed 3 of those off the Big Bad when they popped up.
Nice. I think I only have 1 of her.
I was trying to build an army.
Sold out.
What's so special about this guy now?
So Kador, he is part of the House of Noble Bear, human, barbarian knight. Released Covenant of Shadows, has not had a re-release yet. Warhammer with 2 attachments and longsword and regular sword. Doesn't come with additional heads. Once a famous sellsword, whose origins can be traced back to the Order of Etherion. Kador is an accomplished ally to Atlas the Conqueror and the House of the Noble Bear. For his unconventional fighting tactics and his flair for swordsmanship, Kador was once one of Mythos' most coveted mercenaries. A near fatal battle with Atlas himself gave Kador pause to reflect on his lot in life. Realizing that Atlas's cause could bring him purpose, Kador has put his years of wandering behind him to fight for a greater cause. Kador, what makes him special, I think, at the time, just had a lot of bare torso parts, right? And had a good paint job on the skirt and dick flaps. He comes with the hero, skirt, dick flaps, but the villain,
Purple, copper,
rest
and
of his
gold,
parts.
like copperish gold. That was like a good three
It's
or
a
four
very nice
characters had that.
combo.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 characters had that same coloring scheme, right?
Almost, yeah. Viteris has a similar style color.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's really nice, but easily makeable, you know? Even with the
Yeah.
recent deluxe builder wave, you can make him. Now, Kador goes regularly for about $300.
Too much, man. Too much.
Very, very, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For a basic, he's
Very,
pretty
very
basic
much.
looking, you know. Like
Yeah.
like
Easy to
Scout
make.
the skeleton, the red and white skeleton. That's a
Yeah.
basic ass figure, dude. So I can't see why people spend as much money as they want on just completionists. I'm sure, but I guess just the basic skeleton, right?
It's true. Shit, KJ's saying he paid 300 for his first barbarian. Like,
Oh yeah, they were up
yeah,
there
it's
for a little
when you
bit.
came into the collection of legions, the barbarians have up and down. Like, the only time
Yeah.
they come down is whenever you get a little bit of an injection of them with something like a reinforcement.
That's temporary.
Well, right now Mezco's on the decline with the prices. Hopefully, Legions hits that for a second, and we can get some stuff for decent
And we can
prices.
stock up. We need parts. Now, one of the other humans that are pretty fucking cool in the Legions line, and one I really like is Calavius, House of the Noble Bear, Human Gladiator. He was part of Advent of Decay. He has not had a re-release. Comes with trident, round shield with handle, sword, and halberd. He comes with 2 heads, the Gladiator helmet and the Gorgo style helmet with black horn attachments. He has the hero skirt and dick's flaps, gold with like a bluish purple, red belt, has the villain gloves, hero boots and shins, and has the unique helmet, which is like that gladiator style
Yeah.
helmet. It's really fucking sweet. And
Nice.
even
Well, they just
his
have that build.
colorway.
The builder has that helmet too now, but
Yeah.
Which builder?
there's one of the builders. I think it's a gladiator builder.
Yeah.
Gladiator Deluxe? No.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Is it a different head?
Yeah,
It's a different helmeted one like that.
it
looks
is.
just like.
Yeah.
I thought it was that
No,
round.
similar.
Nice.
I'll show you.
I always consider that like a fencing helmet, right? Like it's a fencing helmet.
That's an actual helmet from Rome.
From Gladiators?
Right.
Yeah, that's an actual. They have one like that on display in Rome or something like that.
It looks fucking awesome.
Over in Italy.
And not only that, but he's the only black-skinned barbarian or bare torsoed character. Unfortunately, we don't have a character that has a right fucking bare arm, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Like, it's
color
fucking
match.
nuts. Yeah,
Color
we
match
need
that barbarian.
more. Yeah, we need more gladiators and Mercurians and shit for those parts. Clavius is
Dude.
awesome.
That's something if they sold just two arms and 2 legs and bare color, like 3 different
Yeah.
skin shades.
No, 100%. Now, his biography. Once the most decorated Mercurian gladiator in history, Clavius was promised his freedom from competition after his 100th straight victory. That victory came and went, but the promise was not honored. With hope lost, a fury was born in Clavius that led him to revolt. The revolt dawned as fate would have it when Clavius met Atlas. A recently captured gladiator. Together they led the rebellion that destroyed Mercurius's gladiatorial games and the ancient Colosseum that housed them. When the allies met again years later, it was no surprise that Clavius quickly joined his old friend Atlas the Conqueror in a fight with greater stakes than either of them could have imagined. So another character from the Colosseum and the gladiatorial games, which is another part of the story that I'd love to see more of, right? And we might get a wave that would cover that story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Calavius goes for about 120, has the unique parts, like we said, of the like his torso, left arm, and legs, the bare legs, and that helmet or that head are unique all to Calavius. So an excellent figure to have in the collection. Next up is Cassia, a solitary and sullen veteran of many of Mythos' bloodiest battles. The weathered warrior known as Cassia spends her days in the wilds of Bjorngar searching for enemy forces. She was once a rising star on her way to becoming a member of the army of Laodicea's fabled Red Shield. Cassia began to question the direction her faction was taking when Attila, again, see, Attila fucked up and made another person, took over as leader in his brother's stead. Her disillusionment ultimately led her to defect and travel to Bjorngar in hopes of joining the House of the Noble Bear, where she can join forces with others who have disavowed the faction system. They're like, fuck the faction system.
Yeah.
Like I said, House of the Noble Bear, she's a human warrior. Came out in Wasteland Wave. The figure was also available as an early release at ToyCon New Jersey in November of 2019. She came with a Warhammer Orcs and Orc sword, bearded axe, and fur cape. Yes, she has 2 heads, bucket helmet, and helmet with open lower face, plus a pair of black horn helmet attachments and a ponytail. Taking a looks at her, here's a glamour shot of Cassia, looking real pretty. As you can see, she has a 1 on the right pauldron is villain, left pauldron is hero. She has a unique, a different than the barbarian builder female bikini top chainmail, right? Bare arms and bare torso. She has the hero flaps and skirt piece. She also comes with the hero style, no, villain style boots or shin pieces, and 1 hero pauldron, 1 villain pauldron.
Oh yeah,
Nice
she's got them
mixture.
big old bull horns. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh, really
like a
well.
nice representation of a barbarian character, especially with the big fur cape, beautiful fur cape too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make her from other parts? Possibly sourcing like a good cape replacement and color matching against some good armor parts. You can get most of her done. I'd have to look at all the other ones to see if the bikini part is only with her, but I don't think so. No, she comes with Dorina as well. Now, Cassia is going for $90. Dorina Honoris is next. House of the Noble Bear, human, and a folk hero. So, let's see, Dorina. Oh, that thing was weak. Where is it at? There it is. Dorina goes for $70. She's a tribute figure, so no re-release. She was part of All Stars 3.
Oh,
She
shit.
comes with a shield and a shield with handle, short sword, and red cape. Which reminds me, KJ, can you please look for the red cape for Dorina? I didn't get it when
Nope.
you sent her to me. Her unique part is her alternate head, or her main head, the Dorina head here. She's the She-Ra tribute to the Legion line. She's really nice in hand. It also comes with the elf or vampire helmeted armor head. So, a legendary figure of the Northlands, the mighty Dorina Honoris became a beloved folk hero in Mythos when Lord Dragul and his grotesque mob began terrorizing the villages of Vikingfell and Stilgard. It was a young Dorina who led her people's rebellion against the evils, despoiling their lands. Her unnatural power and her unmatched skill in battle led Dorina and her people to victory over Dragul, but it was her compassionate spirit that won the hearts of Mythos. Beautiful. So, unique parts, just the head. She has a unique paint job, obviously, with her armor. She utilizes all hero parts. Next up, Freya, of Deadhall. House of the Noble Bear, she's a Valkyrie. So even though we didn't cover Gadriel, we won't cover Gadriel because she's an angel, or they're an angel, and we cover them in the creatures. The Valkyrie we didn't cover, and Freya we're covering. Part of Advent of Decay has not had a re-release. She comes with spear, windshield, sword, red cape, and a fur piece. She doesn't have additional heads. Her unique parts are her head, basically. Right? I don't think she's a complete Dorina repaint. What? I could be wrong. We'll have to check. The name of the legendary warrior Freya of Deadhall has been both feared and lavished with glory throughout the ages. Relegated by many to the realm of ancient myth, her terrifying ability to repeatedly resurrect herself frightens friends and foes alike. An ally of Atlas the Conqueror, she is believed to command an army of unstoppable warriors with abilities similar to her own. Despite her willingness to join forces with the Band of the Noble Bear, Freya's powers and methods have been a point of contention even among her own allies. So she looks pretty awesome. She does really look really good.
She was just on eBay not too long ago. Sold. I think she sold for around $80.
80. Yep, she goes for about 80. Really good figure, especially if you're getting the heroes, you know. And I think her and Dorina share a head.
You think they'll
so
make a
they're
horse
not
for
unique.
her? You think they'll make a horse for her?
Dude, a Pegasus would be amazing for her.
Yeah, it'd be pretty dope, wouldn't it?
Agreed.
It'd be too hard for them to do. The alias body, yes.
Right, and just plug fucking wings into the bitch. Dunskies.
Yeah.
Not Freya, the horse, is what I meant as far as the
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Romulus.
Sid saying that we need more male figures with non-helmeted heads. Agreed. More like unique sculptures like Ed Pack. Magnus looked excellent.
Magnus was a good one. There's Magnus, Atlas. Who else do we get?
Where they have just like excellent just face sculpts.
Yeah. That's the only two I can think
The
of.
Viteris one is helmeted but has a good head sculpt. Yeah. Attila's gonna have one too, the Attila 2, version 2. So next up is Romulus, House of the Noble Bear, human, warrior, former gladiator. Part of the Colosseum wave and All-Stars 5+++. Comes with the round shield and handle, spear, and long sword. Does not come with additional heads. He has the Vitus Pixis gladiator helmet head. In an arena overflowing, me too. He's awesome, and I'm really glad he won with the All-Stars. In an arena overflowing with epic stories, the most famous legend of all could quite possibly be the story of the twin boys who were once abducted and forced from an early age to train to fight in the Mercurian Colosseum, consistently battling side by side and defeating each other, each and every foe who fought against them. They were undefeated until fate separated them. After his brother Mysterious' disappearance, the warrior known only as Romulus vowed to escape the dark walls of the Colosseum and search out his lost brother so that they might be able to fight at each other's side once again. Now, they never tell you who his brother is. Is it someone named Remus? Or is it Gorgo?
Remus? You think
no,
it'd be
Romulus?
Venus.
Romulus and Remus are the founders of Rome. That was their names, raised by a wolf. So it might be them, but who knows? But his colors are very Gorgo style, right? And they never tell you what Gorgo is. And as we can see, parts-wise, he comes with the plentifully available torso, arm, pauldron, and
most commonly used, we'll say.
Yeah, the hero one, the hero armor. He has exposed thighs and left arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the gladiator helmet. Can you remake him using Vitus parts and some other armor parts? Yes, you can make them. The paint job is going to be intricate, but it's doable. He is currently $130 from the Coliseum wave, or the All-Stars 5 for $50. Really nice figure. I don't know, Sid, if he's Vitus's brother. Did they say that he was?
That's what I would assume.
I'll check. I can't remember if it said it was Vitus's brother. I thought maybe Vitus and Pixis were maybe related.
Pixis is a skeleton, though, I thought.
Now he is. Was he always a skeleton though?
No, but I don't know.
Right?
Right.
Rhaegor, House of the Noble Bear, human, warrior, former gladiator. Part of the Colosseum wave. Rhaegor is a tribute figure. He will not be re-released. It was a fan tribute to the memory of Raymond Wu, who passed away. He was an outspoken and loyal supporter of both of the Legion's line and Four Horsemen toy design, as well as a valued customer and beloved member of the various Legion's boards and Facebook pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, okay, here, the percentage of the proceeds of the sale of each Rhaegor figure went to help support his funeral costs and went to his family. So that's a really nice
Yeah,
thing
it
that they
is.
did. And I believe they're doing another one, a dwarf, next for another
Yeah.
fan who passed away.
Only company I've ever heard of doing something like that, you know?
Right? Absolutely. He came with a sword, dagger, shield with a dragon faction symbol on it. And he came with 2 helmet attachments, which were the black horn and bat wings. So Rhaegor looks awesome. He really does, like War Duke vibes, right?
Yeah.
But it's doable. You can make them. The only thing you're gonna need is a sticker or a water slide decal for the dragon faction to replicate the shield. He has the tunic torso, right? The cloth torso and Dick's flaps looking one. Has the villain shin boot combo and forearm gloves. Has the hero pauldrons and neck guard. Has the Gorgo style helmet with the bat wings or horn attachments. Brown belts, long sword, and regular sword. And it's red tunic, blue armor parts. So really, really nice figure. Like I said, it's a tribute figure, so most likely not re-released again. Unless, like, they do a badass thing, they re-release it, and again give his family a bunch of money. Like, how fucking awesome would that be? Yeah. Now, from all across the world, warriors were gathered either voluntarily or sometimes by force to test their metal within the walls of the Mercurian Colosseum. One such combatant arrived from far away with the knowledge of battle never before seen in the lines of Mythos. His speed, precision, hand-to-hand combat techniques were unmatched, and his enemies were quickly dispatched with a ferocious flurry of fists and feet. Whether with his hands alone or with any weapon he was supplied, Rhaegor instilled the fear of the power of his namesake the dragon into his opponents. Now, unfortunately, because of the limited release nature of him, he goes for $320. So definitely one to get the parts and make yourself. DIY that thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Army of Leodicius. This army represents the hardline military branch of rule in Mythos, assembled to combat the forces of Aerithur. They are embroiled in a scandal that saw their rightful leader Atlas ousted in favor of his younger brother Attila. So here we go with fucking Attila. Attila Leoser. Leosir? He's part of the Army of Leodicius, human warrior. Part of Mythic Legions 1, Wave 1.0, the All-Stars 2, and now he has a version 2 coming out as well. Comes with the shield and longsword, battle axe, and red cape. He doesn't have additional heads. When his older brother Atlas renounced his claim to leadership of the Army of Leodicius, Attila Leosir gladly stepped up and grabbed the mantle. A ferocious warrior, Attila embodied the spirit of his army's lion symbol, overbrimming with incredible confidence and charisma. Attila's popularity amongst the people of Mythos has made him a symbol of hope in a kingdom crippled with fear. This is what he looks like. Glamour shot of the pretty boy, all hero armor, and has the unique helmet with the lion head. Has the overflowing cape and a regular ass shield with the Army of Leodicius, the Leodicius symbol. Now, this guy goes for, let's take a look, see, $160 at the moment. Like we said, part of 1.0 and the All-Stars 2. The head is
Which one
the
looks
only unique part.
which one looks better, the V1 or V2 of this guy?
V2.
In your opinion, I think the
V2.
second one. Yeah, and
Yeah,
his
V2.
shield and all that stuff. Like, man.
Here's a look at V2. So as we can see, a huge difference, right? He now has the faction shield showing the army of Laodicea's leader, or the god, the lion one. The helmet looks either shiny or a little bit updated. His pauldrons are brand new designs, overflowing cape, cloth dick flaps, the new belt that came with the Lithia wave. Looking great. He also
Yeah,
came with a legendary weapon, the hammer, Laodiceus's hammer. So just like Artemis Silvercord has the silver cord, which was Zylona's weapon, he has the hammer that Laodiceus's their leader used. He comes with an unhelmeted head this time, and two face inserts for his helmet.
I think that's a cool idea. That right there,
It
the
is
face inserts. Yeah.
very. And we see this replicated now with the Zalarian Guard as well. He came with that too, I believe, right? Or no, he came with
Yeah.
two helmet
No, yeah, two separate
covers.
heads. Yeah.
Yeah. So this, what the V2 is part of the Mythic Legion's Tactics War of the Aetherblade Kickstarter campaign, and a part of the 2-pack with Gorgo Aetherblade V2 as well. He came with, like we said, the Leosair hammer. Same bio, of course.
I
How
like what they
much?
did with his armor.
140 with Gorgo.
Yeah, so it's $70 a piece. I like how they did the armor with the blue and the red, and laid in the gold there.
Yeah, it's very intricate, very
Yeah, man.
regal. And it looks like the lion helmet really does look like it's slightly resculpted. I could be wrong, I don't know. Next up is Deltagar the Destroyer, part of the Army of Laodicea's Human Defender, part of the All-Stars 2.0 wave. He came with a dwarf sword, a war hammer, and a round shield. Comes with two heads. A Spartan style, I guess that was called Spartan style, not gladiator style. The Vitus and Romulus. Spartan style helmet. And Delton Grassmid's likeness. So Deltagar the Destroyer is not going to be re-released. It's a trivia figure technically, and is the first Mythic Legion figure to feature the likeness of a fan. This person, Delton Grassmid, pledged the Your Likeness on a Mythic Legion's figure pledge level for the Advent of Decay Kickstarter campaign. Whenever they, instead of doing pre-orders for a month open on their store, they were doing a Kickstarter. One of the pledge levels was your head on one of the figures. So they made Deltagar the Destroyer. Really cool. Utilizes the hero armor parts, has a bare torso with an exposed right arm and armored left arm, kind of the opposite of Romulus, right? Or, yeah. And then has the head we talked about. The crown head helmet piece that he's wearing is the same that's with Krona, right? So that's been reused already. I'm assuming the only part where that's going to be hard to get is obviously the guy's head, unless someone bought a bunch of Deltagars and dumped them on eBay, the additional heads. You know what I mean? Deltagar goes for about $200. He's a tribute, so no re-release. Next up, the Deluxe Gladiator Legion Builder. Currently $50 because it's just out. He's awesome.
Scuba
He looks
Steve.
great. Yeah. Yeah. Army of Laodicea's Human Gladiator. He's part of the Deluxe Legion Builder 1 wave that just came out. He comes with the spear, the Gladius type sword, or here it's called Elf short sword, and round shield. He doesn't have additional heads. No bio. He's a Legion Builder. Looking at his him, so exposed right arm, torso, and thighs and feet. Right. He doesn't have a glove on his right hand. Hero armor parts, including skirt and dix flaps. New, unique to him so far, pauldron and helmet. He comes with the new shoulder strap type belt-edge on him. Additional parts that he comes with are the armored boots, hero-style boots. He comes also with a spear, too.
Hashtag disgust.
Really cool figure, just came out. Has a shinier finish on his paint job, right? Still $50, so not a bad deal at all. Now, next up is Faustia. Army of Laodiceus, human cleric. Was released during the siege at Bjorngar. The figure was also available as an early release at Toy-Con New Jersey in June 2019. She comes with staff of topper, as white-hander, sword, round shield with handle, and red cape. She comes with a hooded head and bucket helmet. So as we can see, she has the armor style that Hadriana has, except that it's gold and black armor, right? Hero bits all together. The head is the same, I believe, as the Ravina one, right? And the bucket style too. Mostly unique about her is the black and gold paint job, right? With the Hadriana chest torso piece. She goes for Faustia did not win the All Stars 5, and she goes for 120. She, like we said, is only part of Siege so far release. Next up is Hadriana. She was released during the Aerithur wave, right? Part of the army of Laodiceus, human leader of the Red Shield. She has the Knight Sword and Sheath, Flail, Dwarf Hammer, Fur Cloak, and Cape. Her unique part is her helmet. It comes with the lion faceplate. Right?
I think that's dope.
There she is. It. She looks fucking awesome. I should have got more of her because I really want to paint one of these lion fucking helmets. So good.
She is one of my favorites too.
Yeah. KJ says he hates Attila's face. Yeah, Attila's just I don't fucking like him altogether.
I like all the female ones. They're my favorites.
They look so good, dude. I just wish we got some. We need more. We need a new design for the feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we're missing mainly, is a better foot design, because they're top heavy and the feet are so slender that they just fall all the time. Yeah. And that's I think the downside.
They need some female bare feet too, so you can have running around like barbarian without shoes.
Hell yeah. Or not only that, like to do like elves that are like just Legion Builder elves that are not armored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be cool to have with the bare feet.
Yeah.
Like woodland fairies and shit.
I mean, they could release a pack because Urxa has bare feet.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Mm-hmm. They already have them.
Get it. The parts are there.
Yeah, they don't even just. That's the only one that has them in it.
Well, you think they would have they had the human feet pack, with the orc feet pack. They would have done the female feet pack. You think?
Right.
You would think, but they didn't know.
Now, hey, Adrienne is awesome, and you should grab her because she's right now $70. She's awesome, especially if you already grabbed Magnus.
Magnus, yes.
Magnus. I didn't order him initially, but after seeing pictures in hand that people got him when they started getting their pre-orders, I had to get him. Now, Magnus was part of the Aerithur wave, Army of Laodiceus, human advisor. Round shield, knight axe, and Kopesh type the sword. He comes with the bucket helmet and the legendary unhelmeted Magnus fucking head. So just like that Dos Equis guy, the one where he's like, I'm not always having sex. Well, when I am, it's with everybody's mom, right? This is basically the Four Horsemen version of it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like, even though they reused the head for Duban, right? Not as sexy as Magnus somehow. I don't know why. Like, I think the only thing that could make him sexier is if they make a dark-haired version, but with, like, salt and pepper hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Magnus. was part of the Aether Wave, hailing from another of the ancient families who have served the Red Shield. Magnus serves as a loyal and trusted advisor to Hadriana, a warrior so powerful the soldiers under his command often claim he possesses the strength of Leodicius himself. Magnus has a larger-than-life personality that matches his legendary strength. Magnus believed that the Red Shield's place in history should be recognized for the central role it has played protecting the army of Leodicius. Now, looking at his parts breakdown, Magnus uses mostly all hero parts, and he shares his torso and skirt piece, not the dick's flaps, with another legendary figure, Vorthog. And if you really think about it, Magnus is the human equivalent of Vorthog, basically.
Yeah.
Sex appeal, strength, and presence on both the shelf and in mom's bedrooms everywhere across
Majestic beards.
this planet. Yes. So good. Now, one of the things that happened with the Magnus release and with Gonks is because they were dripping so much swag that when you open them up, the paint job on the belt wasn't even fucking dry yet. Right? Because that was sweat. That was excellence coming off of the figure onto your fucking fingertips. So it's probably a good idea to hit him with some, matte, some flat matte, or if you say flat mate, if you're Australian, whatever it is.
Mine was dry.
Yeah, mine was still wet, but I overcame
I don't have
it.
it anymore. Somebody else has it. But...
You got rid of your Magnus? Come on.
Yeah,
Shit.
Corey got it. Well, it stayed in the family. Corey got it.
That's in a good. We went to a good home. Now Magnus goes for $90 motherfuck dollars, so he ain't cheap. Can you remake him? For the most part, other than the head, and getting that nice bling of gold on his armor and clean lines is going to be hard.
It is a nice
You should
color.
get yourself a Magnus today.
Yeah, I like
Next
the
up.
fact that they're starting to use that torso more.
Me too, dude. They used it a couple times in the deluxe wave. It's so good.
Damn, I don't have an Iron Knight.
Now, the next up here is the Iron Knight. He's part of the. She is. Whoever the fuck they are. They're part of the army of Leodicius. Human Knight. Advent of Decay.
I thought they were going to last forever on Big Bad, and then when I went to go
too.
order it, they were gone.
I know. They had more than 24 in stock for a long time. Them and the other one, the other knight. These were part of Advent of Decay. They came with long swords, sword, and a spear. 2 knight helmet heads. No bio. Looking at the parts, do we see it reused? Obviously, it's a builder. Right? It's utilizing the hero female armor here with this crazy ass neck protection helmet that makes it look like they're trying to be cool and have their hat on backwards. Right? That's how I would say. If I saw, like, from the front, looks fine, looks great. Excellent base for customs also, by the way. Now you look at it from the side and you're like, why are you wearing your helmet like this?
That's
With the brim up front. I know, right? Yeah, so you can crouch with your spear and they don't chop your fucking head off. Yeah.
Amazing. They said they did research, though, on armor and stuff like that before they...
I know. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Especially like the frog helmet. The frog helmet is hot. Yeah.
Frog helmet. Let's see that one.
The one with the red shield soldier.
Oh, yeah. That was like a jousting helmet.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, I like that. I don't
now,
have that
this Iron Knight is going for $65. Still has not had a re-release. I assume we will see it in a reinforcements wave at one point.
Yeah.
Next up is this Knight Builder Deluxe set. Came with a bunch of parts, right? Really good. No bio. Part of the army of Leodicius. Human Knight. was released during the advent of decay. Comes with long sword, dagger, halberd, mace with 2 toppers, spear, shield with checkered pattern and handle, round shield with handle, battle axe. It also came with 2 torsos, 2 pauldrons, and 3, that's right, clits flaps.
3 clip slaps.
Came with 4 heads, all knight helmets, including the main one shown in the picture above here, right, the duck-looking one. And let's see, at the time it was unique to that set. So here's all the stuff it comes with. Really nice set. I should have gotten it when it was still affordable on Big Bad Toy Store, but fucked up and did not. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3 clit flaps, 1 giant ass axe, a bunch of helmets on these guys, and all reused parts obviously, but it's a builder set, right? And you get the unique checkered and yellow and blue. Now we can see it's kind of Ukraine colored, and the really nice paint job that's kind of like Balaam's armor for the chest. Really nice for the armor. Now, how much is this going for? The Night Builder. Fuck. Because this list is huge. 120, I believe. Isn't it? Oh, it's the super spendy one. No, it's less than 120. 70 loose, look like. So you can still get this one. It's almost, it's, yeah, loose, about 60 bucks. Without all the extra parts. Yeah, 120. 120. With all the stuff. So 120 is good. Now, next up is one of the characters or one of the figures that hurts a lot of butts, and it's Otho. Part of the army of Laodicius, human warrior. He was released during the 1.0 wave only. Long sword, short sword, battle axe. Does not come with additional heads. Here's a quick look at him. As you can see, he comes with a lot of Owain's armor parts. He comes with a blue tunic and Dix flaps. His axe is blue, and he has the unique Otho head, which is pretty fucking awesome. Dreadlocks that are in a ponytail and all, and a giant ass beard. He looks awesome. He looks badass. Now, widely known as the greatest warrior in the army of Laodicius, Otho stands at Attila the Elder's side as his closest friend and most trusted advisor. As childhood friends, Otho, Attila, and Alice were inseparable as they diligently trained for the day they would all walk onto the battlefield. Walking away from battle after battle unscathed, Otho's deepest wound came as a result of Atlas's departure. That departure weighs heavily on Otho, perhaps even more than on Atlas's own brother Attila. So, he's been at first when the original wave came out, not a lot of people ordered him. That's why his numbers are low. I couldn't find any recent sales. He's really expensive generally, like $300-400 probably is what I would assume you would get him at right now. Unique part is his head. The rest of him can be remade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good luck.
Next up is the Red Shield Soldier. Really nice builder figure that we hopefully should get in a reinforcement wave. His numbers were low, I think, on retail. Otherwise, people hoarded the fuck out of him. Part of the army of Laodicius, human soldier, released during the Aether wave. Zweihander sword, round shield, and halberd. Yes, he has a bunch of heads. A bunch of knight heads. He has the bucket one with the cross over it, the one from the Templars. He has the duck one, and he has the unique frog helmet. So that's the bucket one, which was the Templar one. Here's the duck
I like
one.
the bucket look. The bucket looked the best.
I like the frog one the best. It's so good. And then you put the tongue that came with the Hellfire Goblin sticking out of it. Ah, excellent. So this guy does have a bio. In the days immediately following the vanquishment of the Dark Riders of Mythos, the evil uprising continued. Small bands of warriors were formed to combat these remaining threats. These bands eventually grew to become some of the greatest warriors in modern Mythos. One of the fiercest of their armies was eventually absorbed into the army of Odysseus and became known as the Red Shield. Known for their bloody symbols with soldiers marked on their shield during battle, with the return of Arethyr, the Red Shield has been resurrected as an elite fighting force within the army of Odysseus and has been tasked with eradicating this new threat. So, the Red Shield soldier gives us in his bio an opening to more of the story, and currently they go for about $100.
100,
So a little
150.
spin. Yep. Next up is Mythoss. Part of the army of Odysseus, human soldier, was part of the 1.0 wave and the All-Stars 4. Comes with spear, sword, and shield. Doesn't have additional heads. He comes with a Spartan helmet. Bare arms, thighs, hero armor pieces, including the torso, and has the same almost shield that Attila 1 came with the army of Odysseus. Has the barbarian skirt, hero dex flaps. Mythoss is really nice. He's still easy to get, and I'd argue for getting multiples of him for parts. He currently goes for 50. You can get him for about 50 since he's still part of the All-Stars 4, and there's still some in stock here and there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a quick look at some other factions here real quick, right? And races, or parts of it. Gladiator is not a race, but here we go. The Mercurian Colosseum. The many legends of the Mercurian Colosseum tell of fierce battles, horrific deaths, and glorious victories. The phrase taken from the biography of the Black Knight Legion Builder tells the arena battle where gladiators and mythos engage in combat over the course of the Mythic Legion's line. There has been a number of fighters representing many of the different races of mythos who have been revealed to have fought in the Colosseum. Interestingly, however, only one Mercurian has been released who is a gladiator. So here we go, talking about him. It's Romulus.
Romulus.
Now, possibly be the story of the twin boys who were abducted and forced from an early age to train and fight in the Mercurian Colosseum, consistently battling side by side and defeating each and every foe. So we covered Romulus's bio, right? That he has a brother. We have not seen talk about his brother, no. They don't mention Remus or Vitus. Released as part of the Advent of Decay wave, the mighty Calavius was an undefeated champion in the Mercurian Colosseum who was betrayed by those who ran the Bloody Games. And we talked about Calavius, right? And then the rebels, Atlas and his band of folks and heroes. And so a lot of what we can see when we open up with the Gladiator and the Colosseum is that the main part of looking at it is the Gladiator faction, just like the Barbarians. Even though it wasn't only humans, but we had it contained a large part human. And we have the Gladiator subsection. Now, talking about the Mercurians, just like Romulus. So the term Spartan, the Mercurian characters, obviously took the same design inspiration for the helmet of them from historical warriors. The idea of fantasy creation, which shows a clear influence from something that is familiar to many, have undoubtedly contributed to the popularity of the figure in the Mythic Legions line. And that popularity started with the very first Mercurian that was released. Introduced as a stretch goal in the first Kickstarter campaign, the red armored warrior known as Vitus was one of the more popular figures from the 1.0 wave. His biography gave the first insights into the series of Mercurius. And here he's shown with a round shield that was part of the Weapons Pack 3 set from the Kickstarter. And somehow he looks more red than the All-Stars release and better. So his biography established that Mercurius was a glorious city of wisdom and enlightenment. It also mentioned the destruction of his people and his warriors' new role as a trainer for the army of Laodiceus. Clearly, there was a history behind the rise and fall of this once great city, and he would be the first Mercurian to see in Mythos. Now, the next Mercurian was obviously Pixis, and he's part of the skeletons, and we talked about in the skeleton story. Romulus, and we covered him just now. A $10,000 Mercurian was Delta Guard the Destroyer, so that was a hefty fee for a 3D printed head, right? So Hasbro Selfie Series doesn't seem too bad right now. Okay. Now he obviously has the unique armor, the green and gold, and looks beautiful. And here's a shot of customs all abound from the glory of Mercurius. So I'd love to see more Mercurians in the line 100%. Now looking at the Legion of Aether, there's lots of monsters and creatures and demons and everything, but it also has a few humans. Starting with the Black Knight, part of the Legion of Aether. He's a human guard. Was released in the Colosseum wave and the Legion Builder reinforcements. Comes with a longsword, sword, and spear. He has the Duck Knight helmet and the Bucket Templar helmet, right? Shiny black finish, and surprisingly, the hero armor setup all together. Slaps, I believe, too, once the pitch loads. Yeah, the whole thing is hero. It's Owain, a shiny black Owain with red belt and red plume. Now, who are the Black Knights? The many legends of the Mercurian Colosseum tell of fierce battles, horrific deaths, and glorious victories, but not often mentioned in these tales of the arena are the stories of those who guard the shadowy catacombs of the Colosseum, those who protect the lives of the dignitaries who come for the spectacle, those who ensure that the combatants are held in check until the time that they're called upon. The few tales that do briefly mention these loyal but dark denizens of the Mercurian Colosseum describe them as shadows of destructive force, and warn that if you see a hint of red from the corner of your eye, a flash of silver emerging from the darkness, you're fucked. Now, this is, like we said, he came out in Coliseum Wave and the Legion Builder reinforcement, thankfully, in order for us to be able to afford it as newcomers. Black Knight comes in at $60 at the moment. The red belt and the shiny black finish on the armor are unique parts to the Black Knight. Next up from the Legion of Aether, and a fucking human, believe it or not, is the sexy Juno the Crusher. Human Barbarian, released in Advent of Decay, has not had a second re-release. Comes the Warhammer, Bearded Axe, and Sword. No additional heads. Has the sexy tattooed, Aloy-looking Barbarian head. Amazing paint job. Her skirt and dick's flaps piece are shared with, what was it, Nubnik? I think Nubnik or Fwick, one of
little
them.
furry,
Yeah.
little furry.
Yep. Has a villain left glove and forearm, right hero, forearm guard, and what is that? A bracer? Bracer. It's called a fucking bracer when it's simple,
Yeah.
when it's without a armored glove.
Yeah.
And it has a hero shoulder guard piece. Uses Freya and Dorina's. No, Freya's the one with the exposed bikini armor. Looks a lot like what you would think a Legion Sonya would be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a nice part.
Yeah, she's got the red hair.
Anyway, just a second here. Sorry, I have someone at the door. Now, Juno is coming in at 130. Like I said, it's part of Advent of Decay. No re-release. Unique part is the head. Now, next up, we're going to go to a newer reveal and a newer release, or still not in hand of anybody. Now, Lady Averona, part of Legion of Aether, human evil knight. Now, she's part of the All Stars 5 Plus that was just re-released, revealed and is up for pre-order. She goes for 50 still on pre-order, comes with a Kolpesh sword, round knight shield, and elven axe. No additional heads. Biography. The Averona family was once amongst the most powerful in the realm. During the First Great War, this family refused to join the Legion of Light, believing they would lose the battle. Believing that they would lose the battle after the defeat of the Dark Four, the traitorous Averonas were stripped of their station and banished from Leandor. Since that time, the Averonas have worked to regain their influence, leading them to align now with the Legion of Aether. Lady Averona is the youngest daughter of the family and the cruelest by far. While the rest of the family are focused on reestablishing their power, Lady Averona is driven purely by a hunger to take revenge on those who disgraced her family. Now, this comes with both soft goods and regular Dix flaps. Looking at the parts, she's a Hadriana repaint, almost all Hadriana repaint, except that she utilizes the villain armor parts. Hadriana chest piece without a faction symbol painted. It would have been cool if she had the Legion of Aether part. Pauldrons from the villain armor. And has the Hadriana helmet, but as you can see, she has red eyes. And the face shield is not what you would want, like a cool demon face shield or something, but it is just a knight face shield, like a helmet one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I said, $50 still on the pre-order. Now, she comes with the really cool elven axe. I really like this weapon, so I'd like more of it, so I don't mind it being released in a few figures right now. And the Khopesh sword, which is the curved one, and looks badass. Now, next up is going to be the Lord Bushati the Alpha, sorry. Part of the Legions of Aether. The Lord and Commander of the Furious Four. This figure will be a part of the Furious Four 2-pack Legion Con 2022. A standard edition version will follow in the future. Comes with sword, spear, shield, and will also include additional accessories in the 2-pack at the con, not with the general release. And let's see, the leader of the Furious Four, Lord Bushati the Alpha, is a true warrior. Those who serve under his command look up to him with admiration and respect, for there is no challenge he will not meet nor foe he will not defeat. Without Lord Bushati, there will be no Furious Four. Released as part of the special 2-pack set at Legions Con 2022, the Furious Four are loosely based on the team from the My Wife is Going to Kill Me podcast. Longtime friends of the studio and supporters of the Legions line. This figure is named after Stephen Beseda, a real Scottish lord. They also do the Legions cast. 1, 2. So it's really cool that they're making more fan figures.
Yeah.
So this is not available for pre-order yet,
living
the general
tributes.
release. Yeah. Which is nice. And it's going to be part of the Furious 4 with Pelvicus Pterion and Uwit. The Furious 4 packs are going to be 2 packs, and they will be $100 each. So you'd have to get 2 of the 2 packs in order to have all 4. So $200, which is retail price, straight up. Those 2 characters are the only 2 currently in the Legion of, or 3 characters are only the ones in the Legion of Aether currently. Now, going next to, like we said, the Congregation of Necronominus does not have any humans. Ilithia's Brood does not have any humans. The Convocation of Basilia has humans. We're going to talk about first Ravina. Boom, boom, boom. Now, Ravina came out during the advent of Decay Wave. She doesn't necessarily have any unique parts to her. She does have a unique paint job. She also is painted, even though bare torso and arms, or bare chest and arms, right? The bikini top armor. It's painted to look like she's just wearing cloth, right? It's just painted black. So she looks very good. She's part of the Convocation of Basilia, Human Relic Hunter. Released during Advent of Decay, comes with magic staff, 2 toppers, bone sword, crossbow, quiver, arrow, banner with 4 horsemen logo. That's another unique part that she comes with, is the banner. Looking at her parts, utilizing all hero parts, it looks like, but like we said, the unique paint job. She has the same head that we see with Faustia as well. Really nice figure. Now Ravina goes for 150 currently. Her story. The only survivor in an attack on her small village by Vorgus Vermilius, the vampiric wearer of the blood armor. Ravina was taken in as a young child by a sect loyal to the Order of Etherion and trained as a cleric. Without inventions against the blood armor and willing to use controversial means to obtain the relics she believes she needs to defeat it, she was ultimately exiled from the Order. She later became a member of the Convocation of Basilia, where she continues her quest undeterred. Now, to note, this figure was the fantastic exclusive character from the Advent of Decay Kickstarter. She was created by fans through a voting process on the Four Horsemen's website. Every aspect of the character, from the various pieces of the armor she wears, to her head and weapons, to her paints, was decided by fans to create the cool relic hunter that we eventually released as Ravina. They are eventually, not us, obviously. I'm reading from the fucking website. Now, that's really neat. Next up is Samir Scroll Warder. Right? So let's take a look at Samir. He's part of the Poxus wave. He's up for PO, so still pre-order price. His unique parts are head and robe, the soft goods robe. Convocation of Basilia faction, human wizard. Comes with magic staff, magical effects, magical tome, 3 sets of hands. Has, let's see, 2 heads total, one which is normal and one which is powered up by magic. Here's the powered up head. See how it's lit up with the magic? And this is the depowered head, not lit up. Right, and has painted pupils and everything.
The powered up head was a reward of some sort?
No,
how did that
no,
work?
it's just alt head.
Well, they had like 3 or 4 of them that they announced after. Remember?
Oh, I don't recall. You're right. Maybe there was some kind of stretch thing on it, or
I can't
no, I
remember.
think it was available. Yeah. Now he does have the unique soft goods to him. He's on a 2.0 body, right? Just like a Steel Knight, right? And the soft goods. Now, Keeper of the Great Library of Agbendor, Samir Scroll Warder is a wizard as renowned for his inexhaustible knowledge as he is for his bountiful magical powers. After spending much of his life studying the books and scrolls of Agbendor, Samir has learned the secret ways of mages that span the entire history of Mythos. Although his primary charge is to serve as protector of the invaluable texts of Agbendor, Samir Scoreorder is a formidable warrior in the struggle to contain Poxus and his evil servants. So he's pretty nice, pretty sweet.
Yeah, man.
Dumbledore-looking motherfucker.
They gave us two wizards that look too much alike, though. I think they should have changed them up.
But I think they're like
bit.
they're like the Gandalf and Saruman. Like,
so, yeah, I got that, but
Zinde Amanther, part of the Convocation, human spellcaster, released during the Poxus wave. Magic staff, magical effects, 2 sets of hands. Has the powered up and non-powered up heads. Here's the powered up one. And here's the non-powered one. He uses the Krotos parts, right? A lot of the Krotos armor. And he has the soft goods cape. Really nice looking figure. Love the magic effects too that he comes with. He looks awesome. He is also currently up for pre-order prices. Hailing from mysterious lands beyond the shores of Mythos, Zende Amanther was sent, I should say, retail pre-order prices. Amanther was sent by his guild to assist Hera, Serpentspire, and the Convocation of Basilia in their efforts to quell the rising power of Poxus. Bringing with him an extensive array of archaic incantations, Zende has dedicated himself to the Magi of Basilia as a teacher of spellcasting and a soldier to their cause. As someone who has suffered great personal loss at the hands of Poxus' zealots, Zende is also too aware of the stakes of this deadly fight. So he looks awesome. Really excited to get him during the Poxus release. Next up, Hera Serpentspire. Part of the Convocation of Basilia, the lead Convocation of Basilia, human sorceress. Released during the Advent of Decay, no re-release yet. Comes with the Serpentspire staff, so the god weapon. Knife with sheath, dwarven dagger, twin elven blades, long sword and purple skirt. No additional heads. Taking a look at her and her parts. She comes with the unique head sculpt, obviously, and unique top, or the bikini armor that she's wearing is unique to her with the snake motif, right? Head sculpt is beautiful and insanely detailed. Long hair. And the Serpentspire staff, as we see it here. So that's the Basilia's god weapon here. So she has that. She looks awesome. And I guess her hair is bendy? Shit. I don't have her, so I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't
She
have
looks
her either.
awesome.
Should have got her, but yeah.
She goes for, drum roll, 140.
Ooh.
Her biography reads as the High Priestess and Archmage of the Convocation of Basilia, Hera Serpentspire is enigmatic as the faction she leads. A guild dedicated to suppressing the Circle of Paxis, the Convocation's powerful and ancient magic is mysterious and frightening to both good and evil alike. Despite Hera's stoic demeanor and intimidating presence, her compassion and empathy form the foundation of her faction is built upon. Possessed of mystical powers that are possibly greater than those of any other living being, Hera Serpentspire is one of the most powerful allies in the fight against evil. So this is really nice. I should get her if I can find her for a reasonable price. Speaking of the Circle of Paxis and the Paxis release that had these wizards, it also had Arazak, the evil wizard. He is part of the Circle of Paxis, human sorcerer. Comes with magic staff, magical effects, and 3 sets of hands. And he has the powered and depowered heads as well. As we can see here, the powered up head, or the screaming head, I should say, he's not, doesn't have any of the spells on his face like the other guy, Samir. Instead, he has just red eyes glowing. His neck piece, that armor pauldron looking thing, and belt, I believe, are unique to him. He looks fucking awesome. And the cloth robes, right? 2.0 body, just like Samir, and he has the evil staff, which comes also in the weapons kit, along with the effects, I believe, so that's why it's not unique to him only. He's up still for retail pre-order prices. Arazak's biography reads, once a young wizard rising through the ranks of the Convocation of Basilia, Arazak is a devious and cruel sorcerer bent on promulgating the word of Paxis, unsatisfied with the ancient approved texts of Agbendor that his fellow acolytes were studying. Arazak was constantly thirsting for more knowledge, more spells, and more power. His pursuits led him away from the realm of Ophidian and the Tower of Basilia and into the realm of Nethergate, where he gathered with members of the Circle of Paxis. One convening was all that it took for Arazak to find his new home amongst like-minded sorcerers searching for insight into sinister power. So he looks awesome. He's the evil sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, Arazak was the only Mafk in this faction, I believe. Yup. Very good. Next up, we're gonna go to Sons of the Red Star real quick because we're gonna have to wrap up with Etherion and wrap up the show with Etherion. It's long-winded, and then we gotta still show our customs. So we're gonna roll through those Sirs. There's a lot of fucking Sirs and Knights in that faction. So let's take a look at Lord Viteris, part of Sons of the Red Star, human mercenary. Was released during the Soul Spiller. Lord Viteris was also available as an early release at ToyCon New Jersey in November of 2018. Note, Lord Viteris was named after Joe Viteri, friend of the studio and organizer of the ToyCon show where this figure made its initial debut for sale. Comes with a spear, longsword, dagger, purple cape. He has the Gideon-style head with small horn helmet attachments and top spike, plus the Gorgo-style helmet. Reputed to be the richest murderer in Mythos, Lord Viteris is as cunning as he is as he is famous. Vast wealth affords Viteris a lavish lifestyle of almost unimaginable opulence, and although he could easily retire to a life of luxury and comfort, the thrill of the kill has kept the assassin fully and ruthlessly engaged in the art of blood money. A loose affiliate of the Son of the Red Stars, Lord Viteris' ambition is to one day overthrow Scapular and take the Sons under his own deadly wing. So, like we said, he is a tribute to Joe Viteri, right? If you notice when you buy your Legion Con tickets or when you go to the Legion Con website, it says Viteri Productions. That's who it is. Looking at the parts he comes with. So, like we said, he had the Gorgo helmet style, right? With the unique paint job, that copper, gold, and purple looks amazing. He has the villain pauldrons, bracers, and gloves, hero skirt and dix flaps, as well as hero armored legs all the way down through. He comes with exposed arms and the hero torso. And in addition to the Gorgo helmet, he also has the open Gideon style of Sir Gideon Heavensbrand, as we see here with all the gold, and he looks pretty excellent.
Yeah.
I love him. I painted some of his parts, and I regret that, so I don't have a full Viteris. I need a full Viteris. Yeah. Now, we can argue that the Dark Deluxe Templar, because their race is varied, is a human. They're part of the Deluxe Legion wave. Come with halberd, sword, scabbard, shield. The unique part is the attachments to this bucket-style helmet. Now it has horn attachments, and it looks awesome. Really good figure to get. $50 still. Next up is the Order of Etherion. Or, let me just double check and make sure fucking Xylona doesn't have any humans that I forgot about, dude. It does. Duban. Duban is All-Stars 5+ wave, and he's up for pre-order prices. Comes with the kind of reused and shoved into a helmet or a hood Magnus, red shield parts, and some other parts. He looks really nice. He's like the Valak version of Xylona's Flock, right? They just changed the mustache a little bit on Duban, on Magnus Duban's situation. Still up for pre-order prices, 50 retail. Xylona's Flock, Human Ranger. Comes with sword sheath, crossbow, dwarven dagger, and has his hawk, Vedderfolner. Fuck. Duban is something of a curiosity as one of the few non-Fey members of the Xylona's Flock. This human ranger from the northern reaches of the kingdom spends his days traveling, oftentimes carrying messages from Zalarian guards units to other outposted commanders in the flock. Having trained as a Takajo or Hawkmaster, Duban is never without his loyal wing companion Vedderfolner. An inseparable pair, they provide key intelligence in their efforts to maintain peace in the realm, slowly succumbing to the evils of war. So he looked pretty good. He looks awesome. Yeah. Now, because the Zalarian Guard have various people in their rank, there also could be said to be human. The Zalarian Guard are charged with protecting the borders of Zalaria, stationed at the outposts across the Great Kingdom. These soldiers are comprised of the sub-races of elves found through Zelena's Fox, Wood Elves, Whisper, and Ghosts. It sounds like it's mostly fucking Fey, actually. It's no humans in this,
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm not going to talk about them. Bam. Too late, sorry. Because we're
Order
going
of
to talk
Etherion.
about... Yeah, we'll talk about elves later. By themselves, obviously, on the next episode. Order of fucking Etherion. Here we go. The Order is an organization steeped in religious tradition, which was formed to combat the congregation of Necronominists and the unholy forces under its command. Thanks to the guidance of Sir Gideon Heavensbrand, the Order is in the process of emerging from a long period marred by scandal and corruption. Here we go on the breakdown of the characters, their parts, when they came out, how much. Here we go. Delphina of Etherios, Order of Etherion, human, Templar Knight, released during the advent
Female.
of K. Sword, she comes with sword, crossbow, sheath, arrow, shield with handle. She has an unhelmeted head and a helmeted head. So, Delphina, she looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She looks awesome. She has the female Templar armor. That's what's nice and unique to her. Just like Hadriana Faustia have the Laodiceus stuff. Hadriana's like that as well. Delphina goes for 140 on the aftermarket right now.
Damn.
So
I
she's
wouldn't
been
mind
out for a
having
little
one, but
bit.
not for 140.
Me too. Agreed. She's very nice. Really good job on the paint job for her. Next up is Gold Knight. So here we go. Gold Knight goes for about $390.
What?
Released during the 1.0 wave. Order of Rethrion, Human Knight. Released during 1.0 wave comes a sword, spear, shield, and clip. They don't have a bio.
No bio for any of the knights.
Gold Knight. Just golden armor. Just boop. There you go. $390. Let that settle in. Sir Galerion, Gaelron, however the fuck you say his name, right? Do it however what makes you comfortable, because guess what? He's $900. That's right. Part of the 1.0 wave. Although Sir Galerion is one of the Gideon's Heavensbrand most noble and heroic allies, there is a subtle darkness lurking beneath the surface. As a spearman and standard bearer in the Ethrian army, he inevitably seeks to be on the front lines in every battle. Galeron is fueled not only by his innate goodness, but by an unquenchable thirst for revenge against those motherfuckers responsible for a mysterious event in his troubled past that is unknown and so mysterious. Bum bum bum. Not $900 mysterious, thanks.
No.
Yeah.
No shit.
Gracias. Next up, Silver Knight. The Silver Knight. This is also $390, it says. That's a lot.
Silver Knight is?
Yeah.
Jesus. Fucking
got
Christ,
heartburn.
man.
Part of the 1.0 wave does not have a bio. Comes a sword, spear, shield with clip. Here is a picture of him. So no, Wayne, if you take off all the details and put a red plume up his ass, there he is. $390.
Or if you just paint a black knight with like chromatic paint,
Yeah.
it'll look just like that.
Anything. $390. Goddamn. Oh, you thought that was expensive though. Hold your dicks flaps. We're looking at the knight, just knight, not silver, not gold, not sir, not nothing. Doesn't even have a fucking bio. Or the Ethrion Human Knight, released during the Covenant of Shadows, comes with a grip of shit. Longsword, sword, dagger, battle axe, shield with clips, spear, plus 2 sets of pauldrons, 3 sets of skirts, 5 dicks flaps, 2 torsos, and 4 helmet toppers and 2 neck armor pieces. He comes with a bunch of helmets as well. Bucket KFC style, regular style, duck style. Here's all the parts he comes with. More importantly, this guy goes for $700. $700!
For real?
Yeah, is it because he has these teal colored pieces that you could make into possibly a teal Otho? Maybe. I don't fucking know. $700 though? The fuck out of here.
No.
Out of control. That's a big no for me, dog. Yet. Moving on to this pretty lady. Gwendolyn Heavensbrand, Order of Ethrion, Human Paladin. Released during the Advent of Decay, has not had a re-release yet. As we hand their sword, shield with handle. She has the helmeted head and the one with the visor. Her brother, Gideon, made the face of the Order of Ethrion, but Commander Gwendolyn Heavensbrand is its fist. This skilled warrior and strategist remains a step ahead of her enemies at all times as she fists her troops from the front lines. Her hardened outlook is often at odds with her brother's idealistic leadership, but her grit is essential to the Order's survival. So, you're wondering who fists people for Ethrion in the glory of Ethrion? It's Gwendolyn. Yeah. Goddamn right. And you know what else? Well, she fists our heart for $120. That's how much she's going for. Taking a look-see at her real quick, we can see that she has a beautiful gold and purple armor, right? Reused Delphina head, but instead of black hair, this time it's brown, right? And then the helmet with the visor piece, boom, boom. So really nice figure, especially if you're building up your Order of Ethrion, if you're into that kind of $700, $900, $390 type of price range. Friendlier on the pockets, Sir Owain, released during the Wave 1.0 wave and All Stars 4, and that's why he's affordable. Order of Ethrion Human Knight comes with a shield sword, and spear, and his shield has the Order's insignia on it. A skilled warrior and master swordsmith, Sir Owain is an indispensable member of the Order of Etherion. He is world-renowned for the intricate detail that he pours into every blade that he creates, and equally revered for his prowess wielding them. Possibly more important than his skills with a sword is Sir Owain's jovial good nature. In the direst of times, even the thinnest sliver of light can help fracture the darkness. So he's a fucking jokester, comedian, if you will. Yeah. Here's a look at his parts. He has auto pieces that you need, aside from the tunic that is missing, and Dick's flaps, and of course the auto head. Other than that, he's a good figure. Goes for about 50, 60 if he's sold out in most retailers right now. It just came out, so you could still get it for a reasonable price. Now, moving on, we got Sir Ignatius. That's right. And we're going to start making a remark about his beautiful armor. He has the hero armor throughout. Comes with a pearlized white, gold, and highlights with purple. The Dick's flap is purple. And he has the Gorgo style helmet with wings and purple, gold, and the pearlescent white. Really, really nice looking figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Order of Etherion. Human Knight. Released during the Mythic Legion's 1.0 wave and All-Stars 1. Comes with sword, spear, and shield. His biography tells us that as one of the few remaining knights from the Order of Etherion's muddy past, Sir Ignatius' absolute faith is a source of inspiration for his brothers in arms. Once a denouncer of the Order and its flawed ways, he was an integral part of the Order's reformation and Sir Gideon's rise to leadership. After so many years of frustration with the very institution that he swore to serve, Sir Ignatius is finally at peace with himself as a warrior in this time of a great unrest. Now, speaking of great unrest, Sir Ignatius is $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pearlescent white's going to be hard to do, but
Yeah.
for not spending $400, get to work. You know what I mean?
They make pearlescent white apple barrel, so
It's doable then. Where there's a will, there's a way. Next up, Sir Godfrey, part of the Order of Aetherion, Human Templar Knight. Released during the Legion's 1.5 wave. Comes with sword, mace, with two toppers, and a wooden shield with clip. Has the Templar symbol on it. It's a Templar, basically. He's a Templar. Okay, just a Templar Knight because he has the gold trim, paint details, just like how the Big Bad Toy Store Templar Order got fucked up and basically they just sent them a grip of Sir Godfrey's instead of Templars, right? Because they had all the gold highlights. Sir Godfrey is $250. Templar Knights are an ancient sect that was once known as the Order of Etherion's Temple. Once beloved by all in Mythos, the Templars swore to protect Etherion's temple, which was believed to be Etherion's final resting place and home to the Heaven's Brand. But after the temple was taken by Necronominus many millennia ago and discovered to be empty, the disgraced Templars were banished from the Order of Etherion. They have operated clandestinely ever since, but now under Sir Godfrey's leadership and Sir Gideon's guidance, the Templars have returned to the Order of Etherion.
Yeah.
Not for 250 though. He's not returning to my collection. No thanks.
No,
I'll get just regular ass Templars.
Yeah, detail one up. Yep.
Yeah. Now you guys were asking, you're wondering, who the fuck is Sir Gideon Heavensbrand? And here we are. We're at Sir Gideon's Heavensbrand. Order of Etherion Human Crusader. That's a touchy word to say, right? Especially coming from Palestinian Arabs like myself. Mythic Legions 1.0 wave and the All-Stars 1 wave he was in. He comes with the shield, sword, and dagger. Now, he comes with the, let's see, he comes with the Gideon head with the visor. And he comes with the bucket knight helmet. All right. Now, here's a shot of him. He looks really nice. This is the tunic style armor. Hero parts, gold and white. With the wing attachments on his helmet, right? So he's like a good Lord Viteris, if that to make that kind of like bullshit simile, right, or connection. He goes for 350. As the leader of the Order of Etherion, Sir Gideon Heavensbrand has guided the Order into a new golden age. The once disgraced Order has flourished under his command, reclaiming its sanctity and the respect of the people it protects. Sir Gideon's unwavering faith in the crowned eagle god, Etheron, has only strengthened his resolve and given him the courage to defeat the dark armies of Mythos. So here's a really expensive picture.
Yeah.
Here he is with Ignatius, with 900, with Etheron, and good old Dwayne, and this handsome fella. Now rolling on up to the Steel Knight. You're wondering, you're like, shit, how much is he? Rest assured, he is not too bad, $80. Released during the Covenant of Shadows, All Stars 2, and the Reinforcement Wave. Was he part of the Reinforcement? No, I think I'm wrong in this. Never mind that shit. That was all wrong. No. Order of Etherion Human Knight. Advent of Decay release, hasn't had a re-release, and this goes for about $60. Doesn't have a bio at the moment because it's a builder. Goes long sword, spear, shield, and handle. 2 helmet heads styles. Now these fellas are shiny, right? And $65. Sorry, not $60. There we go. Yep. Standard, good for customs. Perfect for customs or background army builders. Now, here we go, wrapping her up. The Templar Knight, Order of Etherion Human Templar Knight. Came with the Covenant of Shadows, All Stars 2. And like here, they mentioned the included additional paint apps. That's the big bad one. And the Legion Builder reinforcements. Still, you can get them right now for about $80. Not bad. Really nice figure once I finally got one because Eddie sold me one. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten one.
Yeah.
Comes with a halberd, sword, Templar banner with stand, and the shield. And now does not have, of course, any bio, right? And here's what the Templar looks like. It's just Templar, good guy armor, hero armor all around, Dix flaps, Templar tunic. Yeah. And that's about all she wrote when it comes to Mythos and humans. Right? Lots
of them. That was about an hour and 45 minutes of talking, bud.
I know, man. I apologize for going on and on, but
no, man, you had to get through it. You had to get through it.
I tried to run through them fuckers. I tried. Yeah.
There we go.
Now, the fun part that we get to here in the show is let's talk about what we made this month for our figures, for our humans. What kind of options do we got? Why is it only me?
Because you're going to show yours off, I thought.
Oh, I was going to show mine first? Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eddie's isn't ready, so we're going to have to take a picture of Eddie's. We have to post pictures of ours with the, yeah.
So I'm trying to make
like
kind of like a Santa Claus, but I'm not sure.
Like that.
I like it too, yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
So I used Barbarian Skirt, Vorthog Dix Flaps. I gave him a nice fur piece, right? He has a Kylo.
Oh,
robe.
that's what that is. That's nice.
Kylo robe all around, and I plugged his antlers through the robe, and he has the Cavern Dwarf head.
That's badass.
Oh, yeah. I like it. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Shit, I got an extra Kylo. I should use it.
Oh, Kylo robes are perfect for
Yeah.
any lines. Like I put them on everything.
For me, I just got some custom heads that I painted up. Didn't go all out like you did, but I have this one. This head here.
Look at that detail, dude. Crazy.
Oh, Battle Ravage. He dropped his helmet. His helmet's right here.
Oh, he has a badass helmet too.
Yeah, Battle Ravage, Dark Templar.
I dig that.
So he's one of Sir Gerard's right hand man, right?
I like that. He got fucked up, but he's still going.
And then here's another one that I painted up. It was the Merlin head.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be a blacksmith, right? I'm gonna turn this into a blacksmith.
I like that
Like
a
you said,
lot.
I'm gonna make an anvil. Yeah, I'm gonna make an anvil and have a a little workshop for him to be making weapons. Right? That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, KJ's
And I
saying
painted
steam powered
up
always with
Hagnon's
the
head.
ridiculous details. Oh yeah, look at that. Dude,
Hagnon's sick, dude. Look at him all painted up.
that's
Oh,
so good. So much
They need to
details
make
on
they
those
need to make more
Hagnons.
like just to have a Hagnon like zombie character like you were saying, dude. Because
Yeah,
I think that'd be the shit. But Eddie will get something together too. We'll have pictures up on the Mythic Heathens Instagram so you can get a better look at these. We'll take actual good photos of these figures that we have put together for this.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of humans,
No,
bro.
this
There's a lot of
a
humans in
lot,
that. Holy
man.
shit.
more than I thought there
Yeah,
was.
me too. Like until I
They kept
started making
coming.
lists, because I don't collect any of the Templars, any of the Sirs, and all the Knights,
Yeah, I don't even.
because I mainly collect the bad guy factions. Shit.
Yeah.
That's what I collect, bad guys. And I collect all the women ones, the female ones.
And I'm happy about the fact that I was from the beginning going in not wanting to collect the good guys, because it's a lot of money.
I think I'm gonna make some of these and bring them to
Yeah,
Legion's
you
Con.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fucking good.
people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old beholder.
I
But
need
yeah,
to get that
good
headless
show.
horseman in to see if my pumpkin heads fit on it or work with it, and I'll make a few for that.
Overall, you like it, Eddie? He's the only one that's gotten it so far.
Oh yeah, I like it. I didn't really mess with it too much. I just keep them. I'm gonna put them on the shelf. I'm gonna do some photos of it and then dig into it a little bit, and then I'm gonna put them on my shelf.
I
As
think
is.
that's one that I'll put back in the box when I'm done
No, I'm gonna keep mine
taking
ready.
pictures. Yeah,
Yeah, I
maybe,
don't know.
maybe.
I like that it's
KJ, I'm gonna bring you one. Yes,
the red
that
and
was the
black here.
plan.
What? What was your plan?
Oh, KJ was talking about the pumpkin heads. I figured I'd just bring them with
Oh.
me to give you and KJ the heads.
Okay.
Bring lots of gifts
Since
to
that
each
took
other's
forever.
Yeah.
Legion's Cons. I'm hoping they have the faction pins, dude.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'll bring that
Faction
one that you
pins,
have.
T-shirts,
Yeah.
all the good shit.
Well, I guess you got the
That's good.
Necronomicus for a reason because they're about to announce them, right?
All right.
They should have everything there because it's their convention, right?
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sell
So
us all the
everything.
merch, yo.
Bring
And
everything.
also,
Everything.
Bring like 5
honestly,
Mythos.
if anybody comes through, we're gonna have a small number of stickers probably, and some parts with us when we are at the show. So if you come up to us while we still have that shit and just like whisper in our ears, "Dick's flaps," you might get one. But if
Yeah.
you yell "Dick's flaps," you probably would have a better chance at getting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yell dick slaps from across the room, get our attention.
I'll buy you one if we're out.
I'll buy you one if we're out. We'll mail you something if we're out.
Yeah. Yeah, we can mail you shit. Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
But we hope to see not only each other at the show, we'll hope to see some of you people that are watching this as we go through it month by month.
We got 24 subscribers. 24.
There you go.
Big old 24 subscribers. Hopefully we
Hell
meet
yeah.
some of y'all there.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah,
Now,
we're creeping up on 2.5 hours, so we're gonna end the show pretty
Yeah.
quick here. Yeah, it's
But
been real, man.
in
It's
the
been a good one.
meantime, thank you all for joining us. And next episode, we'll be discussing elves.
Elves, little guys, little pointed ears. Elves on the
Yeah.
shelf right before Christmas.
I sold them all. I don't have any more elves.
I know
Me
I'm gonna have to
neither.
get something together. You just
Yeah.
find something and print ahead and make
I'll put an elven head
yeah.
or an elven helmeted head. That's easier.
I
for
think
me to see.
Artemis is my only elf.
But all right, for Mythic Heathens, I'm Steam Power Mom. Thanks for fucking tuning in.
Yep. You all have a good night.
Yeah,
and
man.
Enjoy the week.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. Thank
Yep.
you guys.
See you later.